been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 I want. Hear me now. I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat? Good afternoon. What's new, pussycats? How are you? Sorry, I'm doing a Betty. Oh, Mr. Crimes and Fashion just walked in the door. Yeah, I was looking at something on my watch, and then instead of doing this and like staring up at the ceiling and every place but the camera, yeah, I was doing a Betty in reverse. So, what's happening? How is everybody? Today's Tuesday. We're off to another start of, what did I call it yesterday? Betty fatigue. Yeah, Betty fatigue. My God. Everybody and their brother is live. You know, it's like I will never understand. Hold on. No. I'll never understand why it is that I hope it's only like this on YouTube. Why is it that the reward, wait, what am I trying to say here? The quality of content does not always equal the correct compensation amount. Maybe that's a good way to put it. Seriously, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, those aren't too bad. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, why is it? It's like it's the exact opposite of real life. In real life, when you are like Betty, well, you typically end up segregated from the rest of society. You know, the people who've never quite figured out, like their failure to launch, arrested development, right around 12 or so. Usually people like that, you know, they end up in jail or in prison. Give her time. Give her time. God, I'm having a hell of a time today with eyeglasses. Oh shit, I just lost a nail. Oh, damn it. Okay, hold on. This one I'm going to have to fix because it's one of my most important fingers. Yes, I know they're all important, but this one's really important. There it is. It's in the bottom of my cheater canister where I keep the 6 or 7 pairs of glasses in this room. Should I want to, oh my God. And of course it's got to be at the very bottom, but I got it. Yes, I did. Okay, stand by. Now I'm going to have to find a pair of glasses to put said nail back on because it's this. God, I can't do it. Oh, there we go. Because it's this nail. I might need that one during this live stream. Okay, let's try this. Oh God, I hate those. What? I have 2 pair of those. They're almost exactly the same. Coloring is the same, frame is different. Okay. Good thing I brought my super glue with me. Something told me. Actually, it's not super glue. It's what is this? Oh no, this is from Static Nails. No wonder it's not. Give me just one moment, kids, while I put this nail back on. Oh, so I was just listening to QB before coming in here. And finally, I got to meet, well, I shouldn't say meet, because I was just listening. But barbecue lady, I was finally able to put a name, a voice to the name. Someone else that Betty hates. Yes. And apparently that stupid skank and her skank posse, it sounds like they called the health department on her because she was cooking something about her kitchen. Bitch, are you serious right now? Your walls look like they are weeping yellow, nasty grease. And you had the absolute unmitigated gall to, I mean, allegedly, hypothetically, and for entertainment purposes only, it sounds like Betty might have put out a little dog whistle. You know, it's funny. I've never yet met until now. I had never met a dog who knew how to whistle, but this dog definitely appears to know how. That dog, I should say. Yeah. Okay. Got my nail emergency fixed. And let me put all my glasses away, except the pair I'm going to wear, which I don't know what those are yet. But they're not going to be the ones I was using to put my nail back on. Okay, so y'all, we might have a choice here. I planned on picking up where we left off yesterday. You guys, this is the craziest thing. When I went the other day to get a face full of Botox, my girl did what they call a lip flip on me. Now, we've done it before, but she only used like 3 units, so it was useless. So we were talking about filler and blah, blah, blah. And I, of course, thought it was time to do lip filler. And she's like, no, I don't think it is. And, she's the pro. So I go with what she says. But she said, have we ever done a lip flip on you? And I said, yeah, you tried. I said, but it was totally useless. And that shit is liquid gold. Okay. What it cost per unit, every drop, like I said, kind of like Betty's special coffee, good to the last drop, except Betty's special coffee just makes you mean and ugly. But Botox does the opposite. But I said, well, do you think we should try it again? So she went back in the chart and she looked and she said, yeah, we only did 3 units. We could try 6 this time. And the idea is to just get your lip to exactly like the name says, flip a little bit right here. And she said to me, see, because I prefer Dysport here, which is just, I call it generic Botox, but it's not. It's just made by another company. And for me, I mean, it works different for everyone, but for me, it takes less product. It works almost instantly and it lasts longer. I get about 3 months out of. Okay, I think those are probably the best. So anyway, I said, yeah, what the hell? Try the lip flip. But however, you cannot, apparently Dysport does not work well for a lip flip. Like she won't use it. She'll only use the Botox for the lip flip. So I said, okay, well, girl, do what you got to do. You're the expert here. So, like I said, for me, Botox takes a little longer to take effect. I mean, for some people, it can take up to a week before it's fully working, before it's fully got its claws into you. So as such, I had it done last Friday, and she said, now I'm just going to tell you that there's a very slight possibility that it's going to feel funny. And I said, what do you mean feel funny? And she's like, well, you may not be able to make a like pucker. You might have trouble with a straw. It might feel like you're not really able to get your lips around it the right way. God dang, Betty, is that what's been wrong with you your whole life? Is that why you don't have a man? Betty, do you have trouble getting your lips around things? Besides a microphone, that is. So we did 6 units, and until this morning, I thought, well, that was a total waste of money. That shit didn't do anything. And this morning, when I went to take a drink, I was like, what the hell's going on here? That's what it is. It finally started working. Now, I don't know if it's changed anything. I don't know if it's really flipped said lip, but I said to her, look, as long as it's not going to look fucked up, I don't care what it feels like. Beauty hurts. Hey, no pain, no gain. But no, it doesn't hurt, and it's just a little strange. I'll get used to it though. I have very strong facial expression. It is it's difficult to, some women want to have just a little less expression. Not me. I'm like, fuck, who needs facial expression? Okay, it's overrated. Freeze me. But back to bull skank. Okay, here's the choice. We can continue where we left off yesterday, or someone was kind enough to send me Betty's live yesterday from the front of the sheriff's department. By the way, where is Bets? Oh my God, what did her little coffee beans do this morning? She didn't do a live. Oh, that's so very sad. So yes, people are speculating that, Roro Raggy, could she have been, well, the only jewelry Betty seems to own is a pair of ugly fucking hula hoops that I'm pretty sure she wears everywhere. But I guess when it's the only thing you've got, but we can watch that. I think we should start with that. It's you're going to get a jump scare in the beginning. I'm just going to warn you. But yes, there is a, quite honestly, I'm not sure who it is. But this lady, this lovely lady, make sure that she emails me every single one of Betty's lives, her antics. And I truly, whoever you are, and I know Why do I feel like I saw her screen name at some point? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm old and I can't remember. But please keep it coming. So, do y'all want to do that? Do you want to do a little bit of I can do some comedy on Betty's. I mean commentary. Commentary that hopefully will be comedy. Well, I mean, if it involves Betty, how could it not be comedy? Okay. So, what do you think? Should we do that? And then we can jump back over to Betty from what did I title this? The post arrest afterglow stream. Oh, please. That bitch has never had an afterglow. I think we should do that. Let me say hi really quickly. Oh my. Okay. Hey, Aunt Ton Ton. Is it Ton Ton? Ton is ton. Ton. Aunt Ton Ton. Aunt Ton 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 Ton. You are the door holder today. And thank you for your very sweet comment you left me on yesterday. I think it was on yesterday's. It was either the post or one of the videos. It was very kind and I appreciate it very much. Hi, Becky. Oh, God, Becky, manage your expectations, please. Now you're giving me performance anxiety. Becky, I will try to live up to your expectations. Hey, Becca, how are you? Running bear in the house. Hey, London girl, how you doing? Hey, Poco Sue. Oh my goodness, we meet again. Hi, Slim Jim. How are you? PP Gate in the house. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Pro Charlotte Luke, Gina Marie. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Oh, I'm afraid to even ask what this means. Who's the taco man? Yes, how about that? 50,000. The FBI has offered a $50,000 reward for, I'm assuming, I haven't read it myself, so I don't know if it's $50,000 for information that leads to finding Sebastian, or if it's $50,000 for information that then leads to a conviction. But either way, who cares? I think it's amazing. And just doing a little thinking out loud. Kind of sounds to me like they feel as though someone knows something. Well, I mean, someone always knows something. You just don't always realize you know something. But this makes me feel like I think that they believe there is someone close to this situation who knows something. And, most people are very motivated by money. And, that's not a small amount of money, even after. Do you have to pay taxes on that? Hey, honey. Let me ask Mr. Crimes and Fashion. He'll know. Honey, if somebody gets a $50,000 reward that's offered by law enforcement, do you have to pay taxes on that money at the end at tax time? He said he's not 100%, but he would think you would have to. But who cares? I mean, it's still 50,000 or whatever you walk away with, more than you had before you got it. So I really hope that it will lead to some information that will help find Sebastian. Gina, did I say hi to you? Yes, I did. Okay. Hey, Crazy Nurse, how you doing? ASDFJKL. Hi. Now I'm going to be trying to figure out what those letters might stand for. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Seth the Welsh. Well, thank you. I hope you have a good day too. And I think that name is new. Welcome. All right. I'm going to try and not have the problem we had yesterday. Hey, Amethyst, how are you? When I could not hear, I couldn't hear. Hey, Liza, how you doing? I couldn't hear on my end, but you all could hear. I think it's because when I tried to use that other monitor, let's see what happens this morning. I'm going to turn it on. Okay, let's see. Hi, Erie. How are you? Fairy Meadows. Good afternoon. I always want to say good morning. Hey, Muffin Mouse. How you doing? Ooh, blank screen in the house. How are you? Jazz, the travel RN. Hi, welcome. Well, I'm glad I can make you laugh. See, Betty just wants to make you cry. Betty wants to make everybody cry because that's her superpower, being a world-class bitch. I mean, I can do that as well, but at least I want to make you laugh while I'm being a world-class bitch. Usually at Betty's expense. So it's a win-win for everyone. All right. Hey, Cinnamon Hot, how you doing? We meet again. I was traveling around these streets before I came in here. Hey, Nash Native, how you doing? No. No, I'm not like, I'm not a salesperson in any, nope. I would be the world's worst. Even when I had a retail store, this is how I, sold things. People would come in and I'd say, hi, how are you? My name's Lisa. If there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. And then I would leave them alone. That's just, oh God, there's nothing worse to me than like a salesperson who follows you around the store. And some of them are, oh my God, like some of them are so overbearing. Kind of like the perfume lady at the mall, the one you have to run from. It's like, bitch, get away from me with that. Hey, little Irish girl, how are you? People call my keyboard off. Okay. ASDF, JKL. Wait. Oh, I know what it is. It's for people who touch type like you're supposed to type, not hunting and pecking. Those are the home keys. Yes. Oh, now see, if I hadn't read that though, I'd have just sat here all day trying. Oh yes, running bear. God, you know me. Yes, I would be more on the buying end of the transaction of any transaction. Yes, that's what I excel at. I consider internet shopping, that's an indoor sport. All right, so what do you say? Let's look at a little bit of this bullshit from yesterday. It'll be funny if nothing else. That's the best we can ever hope for with this skank. Okay. Share screen. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it. I'm going to start it on one monitor and then I'm going to try and move her over to the other one in the hopes that there will be no audio issues. So let me
started here shortly. We got a decent crowd. We got our 10 people. So I'm going to turn this around, but I've got to do some other things. We're going to be doing prayer. I hope you guys are all here. We got our shirts.
I can't hear her, but I think you guys can. Well, isn't that special? Okay, let me try this a different way. I'm going to pull it up, and then I'll move us to the second screen. Let's see if that. We're going to move over there. Oh, damn it. I don't know what. Y'all, I'm going to have my husband look at this later on and figure out why this other monitor is causing a problem. Okay. I'm like, oh, damn. On my end, it looked like everybody just disappeared and I ended the whole thing. Entirely possible. I'm good at doing shit like that. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh God, who knew there'd be a day when I'm like, whoo, thank God I can hear that fucking bull skank Betty. Okay, so kids, you know what? Let me get a hair pony. Kids, you know what this means. Unfortunately, instead of ignoring the chat, and when I say ignoring, I don't mean like, oh, y'all are not important. I don't need to pay attention. No, I'm old and I cannot multitask in that respect. I cannot, interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure that I can put on lipstick, walk the dog, buy a pair of shoes, all on my phone at the same time, but I cannot look at the chat and scream at Betty at the same time. So instead of ignoring you all on one monitor, or two, which is why I got the second monitor, I thought, I can do one of those a lot better. Not so much. So I'm not going to see anything because I'm going to be in the other tab on my computer yelling at Betty. So I will try to occasionally pop back over into the chat. If anyone comes in prior to my explanation of why I will not be interacting with the chat, well, welcome. And hopefully I will be able to talk to you all before I'm completely done. Well, we're never completely done with Betty because Betty's a dumbass. Betty is a never-ending font of content and bullshit. And I just look at it as it's a gift that she gives us. The fact that she has no pride. Half the time she has no fucking pants. And she looks the way she looks because it would be, oh, Betty, you really are, you are very dense. Well, you're really dumb as a fucking bag of hammers, Betty. Because I know if it was me and I was gonna be that person, well, I would do everything I could to take material away from the many people who drag me for filth. All right, Betty. Okay, we're already full screened. Oh, no. We were. Oh. Okay. And I'm not sure who's in attendance here. I think there's about 4 people. Fuck. Oh my God, Betty. Jesus, Betty. I know you like to make reference to 8 Mile Road. Bitch, you are 8 miles of bad road. Rode hard, put up wet, and apparently flogged. Like you beat a rug back in the old days, before we had vacuum cleaners and such. Yeah, I mean, oh my God, women had to work so hard back then. Yeah, you'd have to take your rug outside and God, Betty, that's what her face looks like. Holy shit. That's a jump scare for you. It's interesting though that the man who all of this was is supposed, this is all just Betty's altruistic heart non-existent heart. Yeah, that's the reason that she does what she does. It's for the victims. And in this case, for Seth Rogers. Do I need to give everybody a lesson on etiquette and manners? Betty, did you not get that Emily Post book I sent to you? Or can you just not read it? I mean, I know coloring books are your speed. And maybe it's my fault. I didn't send any crayons along with it. But yeah, it's very odd to me that Seth couldn't be bothered to show up. And if there was a a scheduling conflict, like, I don't know, Betty's I think Betty's booked out probably into next year with her, various court dates around the country. Alaska and Hawaii, you're safe because she's too broke to fly. So y'all are probably not going to have any worries there. At least I hope so. But yeah, it does seem rather odd that Betty's one of her BFFs, Seth, is not in attendance at this protest. That's not a protest. Betty thinks she's Rosa Parks. I mean, I can very much see Betty at a bus stop, but she is no Rosa Parks. I mean, it's like she's just taunting law enforcement because this is all she's got. Can you imagine being at a place in your life where you want to get arrested? Because that's like when you're constantly having to escalate your behavior so that people will continue to pay attention to you. Well, I guess that's what you do. I will say Mr. Crimes and Fashion did joke at one point because he's quite busy. He did joke around one time and say, I don't know if going to jail would really be all that bad. You could just read all day. You don't have to cook. You don't have to clean. You don't even have to think. They tell you what to do, when to do, and how to do it. But yeah, no, my husband's never, I don't think he's ever even had a speeding ticket. My husband carried a briefcase to kindergarten. So, he really was just joking around. For her and Betty, what do we got going on here? Oh my God. Like what? Betty, did you try to get a lip flip? Well, never mind. There's not enough Botox in the world we need her lips to we need hers to turn inward, not flipped out. Inward. Okay. Are you ready, kids? Buckle up. I'm never ready for this skank, but I'm always up for a good dragon. Please, sweet Jesus, turn it around. Prayer? Bitch, you need an exorcism. There's not enough prayer in this world. Oh God. Yes, please give Betty all your collective prayers. I mean, am I the only one who, like, Betty, put the religion down for the people who actually do believe in some form of religion or prayer. You sit at the right hand of Satan, as far as I'm concerned. B. Tim told me the other day, it's the left hand of Satan is more evil. I mean, I've never heard that, and I'm a righty, so if he says so, but I think sitting at either hand is pretty bad. Oh, for God's sake, what are you doing? Oh, Sonia, is that one of your creations? I don't even know what to say. It is definitely better than the caricature that dumb bitch made of Sebastian's face. Is he a fan of dragons, I'm assuming, or is Betty Or is this Betty pictured like Betty's the captain in Sebastian's army? Is that what's the highest general? Betty would be the general. Betty is the general in Sebastian's army. Whoever came up with that fucking stupid, insert name or cause here, army. And that is a cheap ass looking shirt. And I would almost bet my very life that the brand of that shirt is Gildan or Gildan. I don't know how you say it. Gildan. Look in your t-shirt pile, wherever you keep it. I keep those types of t-shirts only because, kids, like when my son was younger, many years ago, and my husband, he doesn't care what kind of my husband's not there's only room for one fashionista in this house, and it's not him. So he has lots of t-shirts that are that brand, cheap. The ones I have, they're under my sink in the laundry room. I use them as rags. I'd be willing to bet that is the brand of that t-shirt. Oh God, crazy nurse, if you're getting ready to tell me that I didn't share the damn screen, I know that's what you're going to tell me. Holy shit. Oh God. Oh, thank you, crazy nurse. I saw the exclamation points. Wait. Oh, you can hear me, but you can't see Betty. Okay. Wow. Yes, I am a dumbass. But here's the good news. I'm going to share the screen. We're not going backwards. You already know what I said. Now you're going to get the visual. Oh, thank God. I saw those red exclamation marks and I was like, shit, I know what it is. Oh, I will listen, not everybody can be a world famous YouTuber like Betty. I need to go back to YouTube school. Okay. Nash Native. Yes, I was just having a rant at Betty. So, okay, there you go. There's the visual. Not to be confused with the vigil, or as Betty likes to say it, the visual. She's called it several things before she finally learned it's vigil. So there you have it. Tell me that t-shirt is not a Gilded brand t-shirt. I promise you it is, because that's what I'll just leave that one right there. And I'm not coming for Gildan. I'm just saying, if I was going to have a t-shirt business, yeah, I wouldn't use that brand, because as you can see, it's quite boxy. The material is heavy, but not heavy in like a quality kind of way, heavy in a cheap kind of way. Yes, it's made for someone with a body like Betty. It's basically like a rectangle with arms. Yeah, Betty's like SpongeBob. Betty has a SpongeBob body. Let me make sure you can hear her before I carry on.
So we'll see you guys in just a moment.
You can tell it is such a foreign concept to Betty to try and act like a fucking human. Like Betty's, it's so hard for her to try, and she has problems with anything except raging. Okay, you can hear her, please? Hi, Jerry. Yes, Jerry, you are correct. That is a perfect explanation of a Gildan t-shirt. They're gonna sue me. That's just my opinion. Y'all can hear her, right? Oh yes, this when I say straw man, don't just think Betty's hair, okay? A straw man is typically a political tactic, and it's fitting because Betty is she's like a political rainmaker. Yeah, in her dreams. Betty thinks that directing traffic at Mar-a-Lago to either to where to park or where the portalets are, she thinks that makes her in politics. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, it is. It is very much like a tote bag. That is a great analogy, Jerry. Hey, pretty sweet pea, how are you? Okay. You all can hear me, right? Just one person say yes. Let me let the bitch get more than 2 syllables out. It's hard, but I'm going to do it.
Moment.
Is that the t-shirt maker to the stars by any chance? Is this Sonia right here? Does anybody know? Okay, you can hear me. Can somebody tell me if that's Sonia? Do we know? Oh, why is she wearing 2 shirts? Well, hi, Aunt Kathy. Story time. Aunt Kathy, are you the same as another Kathy? No, Kathy always comes in. Kathy P always comes in with her. Oh, Kathy P's a mod. I would know if that was Kathy's alt, maybe. Welcome, Aunt Kathy. You know, I don't know why the hell she's wearing 2 shirts. My guess would be she is a busy woman who, as such, she doesn't have time for regular showering. Okay. So when one gets funky, she just rips it off, throws it in the, what is probably a 4-foot pile of filthy, dirty laundry. And she just carries on with her important business in her second layer. That would be okay. That is Sonia. Sonia, girl, you're too old to have hair that long. And I don't even know how old you are. But she actually looks like she's pretty attractive. But Sonia, you would be much more so if you would just lob off this crystal gale. Oh, Sonia, you could give it to Betty. Oh my God, Sonia, prove that you really are worthy of being Bullskank Betty's right-hand lady. Cut that hair that's too long for you at your age and donate it to Betty. Let's see how much Sonia really does love Betty. And Betty could do with Betty, this looks pretty thick. So Betty will just have to deal with the color. She'll want to pour, she'll want to foil it with muriatic acid. She'll want to do some roots with Clorox. We won't let her. If you're generous enough to donate half of your hair to Betty, I will do my level best to make sure that she does not foil it with muriatic acid.
Sorry, I gotta make sure that this is right.
Would you get your big ass busted up face out of the fucking camera? It's like, can you go 2 minutes without all eyes on you? Did y'all stay up all night making those signs? Look at how enthusiastic everyone is, especially the guy that looks like he's about to fall into the planter.
We're gonna find a place for for you guys.
Oh, what guys? There's fucking 6 people there. What are you talking about? Is it the we up here? Oh, Betty, I don't recommend standing in profile with your. Oh, maybe Betty's got 2 shirts on because she's using the second one that's too small, in my guess, as some sort of like redneck Spanx. Because, Betty's ass is too cheap to buy real Spanx, even though she desperately needs some. Oh my God, look at that crowd. Who's got crowd control? Who's in charge of that? Breaker 19. We're going to need more velvet ropes up on block number 2. Oh, Betty, you are so pathetic. As with everything else in your life, this looks like a fucking epic fail. And please don't anyone confuse that with me in any way trying to. I hope for nothing more than Sebastian coming home alive and well. I just fail to see where a thirsty, attention-seeking skank standing in front of the sheriff's department that just arrested her the night before or 2 nights before and taunting them with her fucking band of misfits. How is that going to help find Sebastian? Oh, no, you're right. It's not. Not a fan of those. Oh, that's not. Never mind. Oh, Betty has numerous ads because she needs every penny. Oh, we can't even skip it after 5 seconds. That's unfortunate.
Here's the thing. Aging begins in your cells. Start supporting your cell health today.
The ads, I will say, they have rather good ad placement on this bitch's channel. Oh, my. Sonia, forget everything I said, except for the fact that you're too old for that hair. Cut it. However, that man right there, I don't know who he is. Sir, if you would be so kind as to cut off your ponytail mullet and give at least half of it to Betty. It's the color she's always wanted. I can't, it doesn't look like it's too healthy, but it's healthier than Betty's. So, sir, I don't know. If you're a diehard Betty fan, I think this would be a good way to show your love and support for Betty. Betty needs that hair more than you do. Oh, that's hilarious. Hilarious. Is that the media calling? Hell, truth be told, his facial hair alone could help Betty. I mean, oh my. Look at her standing there like a whole ass fucking Eileen Wuornos. Betty is in her full glory right now. She is the boss of this whole thing. Oh God. Oh Jesus. I mean, just shoot me if this ever, oh God. Like, wow. I'm just curious. Does Betty put a bowl on, like, look at the back of her head where that regrowth is? Does she like put a bowl on her head? And I don't even understand that. I've never seen. Oh, I know what it is. It's because all of the lint that, I call the melted, like, light colored shit dryer lint, because that's what it looks like. It is so dead. I mean, it's dead. It's dead to the nth degree. That's why it looks like she walks around with a bowl on her head, because it's so fried out. Like, normal people's hair, when they have regrowth, doesn't cause a situation that looks like that. I don't know why she insists on hanging on to that shit. You're wearing fucking white socks with dark grayish black leg. Are those pajama jeans, Betty? Betty's wearing jeggings. Is that Betty's curtain on the table? Look, this is Betty's gun. Look at Betty. She's big on repurposing, apparently, because I do believe this is what I called my gynecologist green paper sheet. You know, Betty, the last I saw that sheet, it was hanging on Betty's window in her bed office. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was for her to green screen, but look at that. She's not only is she cheap, apparently too cheap to go to Party City and buy a fucking white plastic tablecloth. She grabbed that paper gynecological sheet. Look at that. Betty, I'm thinking you could have some kind of weird repurposing reality show, maybe. Just a thought.
Yeah, but who's really going to come out and take it?
I don't know who that lady. Oh my God, are you serious? That was a company that I do business with. I cannot believe they called me. They sell my clothes for me. They've never called me before. That's very bizarre. Listen, I'm going to back this up for just a second. Listen to the person that must be filming this. I heard them say, "Who's really going to come out?" As Betty said the other day, completely the wrong analogy. But in Betty's words, out of the mouth of babes, when really that had no bearing on what she was talking about. She's just stupid and doesn't have a big repertoire. But let's hear that again. Let's back it up to, okay, listen carefully.
Yeah, but who's really going to come out and take it?
Amen, ma'am. You are correct, quite apparently. Here comes Betty the boss.
All right, guys, if you want to come down, I'm going to do a prayer, and I get
Let's count, shall we? I think I saw. Let's just back it up until chairman of the board. Let's wait until, let's see, we're at 2:45. Let's go back to 2:35 and somebody count how many people you see. We hear one, at least 5, 6. Sonia only counts once. I think that lady might be 7. Ew, I'm not holding Betty's hand under any circumstance. You know, she's got that unfortunate, like, itching. No, no, I'd be pulling the Howie Mandel card. I'm sorry. I'm a germaphobe and nope, can't hold hands. Sorry. Oh yeah, Sonia, you need to lob off out of that here. I don't think they have enough people to make a whole prayer circle per se. I think we have enough to make a prayer arch. I don't think we have enough for a full circle. I really love the fact that she's so fucking dumb. She couldn't wait a moment until what sounds like a motorcycle went by so that perhaps her audience could hear her. Although, I don't know. It's not like she really says anything that's ever worth hearing. Just a bunch of self-serving bullshit. Somebody has gone to the Bullskank Betty School of Accessories. Oh, I see a lot of rubber bracelets. Boy, somebody alert Madonna. She used to be a big fan of those. But no, I loved those too. But those were black, like rubber bangles. I'm pretty sure that if Betty actually believed in any kind of religion, which I don't think she does, but it's her story, let her tell it. If she did, I would say she would very much be a believer in the prosperity doctrine, as long as it was her on the receiving end of the prosperity doctrine. She's not big on giving, I wouldn't imagine. But if anything, I think Betty prays for super chat. Dear God, please, in my next rage stream, send me a lot of super chats. And would it be too much to ask for some new hair? He is so dumb. Like, you can't hear a damn word that was said. And you know, for people like 98% of us that are only listening to this to bust on her, well, whatever. But she thinks that she's got the masses that want to hear the word of the bull. And this is the word of the bullhorn. Yes, peace be with, rage be with you as well. Like, dipshit, nobody can hear your big event that all 7 people attended, one of whom is your right-hand lady. She doesn't count. Tony doesn't count either. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Betty's passing out signs. No, I wanted that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen 4 people who I'm assuming they're not in any way affiliated with her channel, that they're just people who live there. God, what a turnout, Betty. Dang. Betty, maybe you should consider a career. Not that you've ever had a career, but maybe you should consider a career in event planning, because it looks like you are rather skilled at that. You could open up a hair salon. You could do hair in the front, event planning in the back. How does she decide who gets what sign? Like, if you're not happy with your sign, can you exchange your sign for a different sign? And I'm pretty sure that the police department or the sheriff's office is well aware that Sebastian is missing. So why you're standing there with your stupid signs, I don't know. Okay, so 1, 2. I see 2 people there who are not part of Team BHP. Betty, there's no I in team, honey. So, okay, there's the lady in the green shirt. 1, 2. The man with Betty's future hair. 1, 2, 3. The other lady that's no longer in the view of the camera. 4. I'm going to pause this. Somebody tell me I'm jumping back in the other window. Hey, Chopper, how are you? LNC Pickle, how are you? Somebody please tell. Hey, Prissy, how are you? Hell yes, she can use one. Yes. Girl, I'm going to be in my car tomorrow from about 11-ish. I've got almost an hour drive. If you're available, call me, because you know my ass is not going to remember to call you. So call me so we can catch up. It's been a minute. Somebody tell me, do we know who? No, you call me. You know I won't remember. And even when I write myself a note, I'll end up wiping my lipstick on said note. You don't have any notes. All my reminders, I lose them. So do we know? Yeah, like 11 o'clock, I'll be in my car. Do we know how many people actually attended this event that have nothing to do with Betty, her grift, or her channel? It looks to me like 4. Oh, Pimp Daddy, how are you? Oh, God. Hello, Lamala. How are you? That's a new name. Welcome. I'm getting ready to go back into the other window. I just wanted to see, am I blinded by the science experiment gone wrong that is Betty's hair? Hey, Paisley Park, how are you? All right, back to Bull Skank. Stand by. Let me get back over in that other window. All right. God, what an event. Betty, I've got a family member who's got a rather, one of the big milestones coming up. Do you do private party planning? Yeah. Oh, only if it involves Well, I don't want that green. I don't want that green gynecological sheet. I don't want that. You're going to have to up your tablecloth game. Oh God, there's Betty the boss. Betty, stop flipping that hair around like that, girl. You're going to find it at your feet. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Oh no, Sonia doesn't count. 1, 2. Oh, lady in the green shirt, 3. Lady trying
It's the final hours for free kids-safe phones and watches during Gap's back-to-school sale. Only at Gap.com.
Forcing us to watch these videos.
The TD Cash credit card gives you choices.
Thai.
Betty's asking
Tacos.
credit card.
Earn the most cash back.
Card. The lady by the car at the curb, she looks like she's trying to do one of these, like, kind of very discreetly, slowly jumping into her car as fast as she can to, like, get me away from this. Oh God, Betty, this is embarrassing. As with most things you do, I am embarrassed for you. This is cringy as hell, and I'm embarrassed for you. You're not going to be embarrassed for yourself. Somebody's got to do it. Is this a cooler full of Betty's special coffee? What do we got going on in here? Wow. This group of people couldn't find a fucking missing hamster. Okay. Like, I just do not understand what the purpose of this dumb shit is.
We're going to say we want to bring Sebastian home, okay?
Oh, Betty is going to be in her glory. She's going to get to be the cheerleader that she never could have been. Because they were like, man, Mama Bullhorn, tell Bets she's got a whole year to work on her cheers and her what do they call that? Like acrobatics. Well, she's listen, Mama Bullhorn, we don't want to kill a child's dream ever. We don't ever want to do that. But we do have to be realistic, and we're never going to be able to put little Betty on the top of the pyramid. Okay. We might, if she can work on her attitude, we might be able to put her on the bottom. We actually really could probably use her on the bottom of the pyramid. Oh God, Betty, this is such a bad look. I would have brought my damn pom-poms in here had I remembered that you thought this was a good idea. We're going to cheer like a bunch of fucking geriatric, never were cheerleaders.
Hey, ho, ho. We want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, ho, ho. We want to bring Sebastian home. Hey,
ho, ho. Betty's.
We want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, ho, ho. We want to bring Sebastian home. Listen, this is what we have. We're all here for a 15-year-old boy that has been missing.
Notice how Betty's voice has all of a sudden raised to, well, Mr. Microphone, probably 3/4 of the volume.
From this community for 6 months as of today. 6 months. What we have learned from this is that no fingerprints were done the day that he disappeared. This was a critical piece.
I don't know how she knows that.
Of evidence. This is a critical.
She does not have a job in law enforcement. She's always finds herself on the wrong side of law enforcement. That is her, I guess that is her qualifications to speak on what is important as far as evidence goes. So listen up.
Piece of evidence to let us know whether that boy had walked out of his front door or not. That was not done. The National Center.
Does she realize that his fingerprints would be on the door, probably all of them, because he lived there? Where's she going with this?
Of missing and exploited children have directives on how to handle missing children cases.
Okay.
And what happened here is those directives were not followed.
How the fuck would you know that, by the way, dumbass? How would you know that? You wouldn't. And I'm pretty sure that and I don't know, because I'm not a fucking weirdo who tries to memorize the directives on the NCIC website. National Center, NCMIC. No, exploited. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Whatever. But I don't think directives is the right word, Betty. Procedures is a better word, I would imagine, because they're suggestions and they're preferred procedures. Dumbass.
The morning that they found out Sebastian Rogers was missing from his home, they were supposed to turn that house and his bedroom into a crime scene.
Wouldn't you think, if you were a someone who is so Betty, you're not a very good event planner, because although I understand you probably, the extent of your knowledge clearly about the location of the sheriff's department is when you came in handcuffs in the Sally Port. That would be my guess. But I don't know. Just for me, if I was going to plan an event like this hot mess, I would have gone and scouted out the location, previous to the event. So I would have known, well, my goodness, it's kind of hard to hear my big ass for the first time ever. So perhaps I should get a Betty, where's your bullhorn? Where is her bullhorn? Why isn't she using it? Because we can barely hear the brilliance spewing forth from her mouth.
I don't even know at this point.
You don't know anything at any point.
That happened. What I do know is that Sebastian hasn't been found.
No shit.
But out of all the investigations going on, they were able to put me behind bars for this.
Betty, I know this is hard for you. It should be easier in light of the fact that you've been arrested quite a few times. You should have a better grasp on how the criminal justice system works. They had the time to arrest you because you violated a protective order.
For my voice, for this boy. And that is
not
acceptable.
Your voice is for no one but you. So please save it. Norma Ray, save it.
In America today.
God.
We came out here, not
all
only
four
to
of us,
Sebastian, but to support the police that are investigating this case. We know that the state of Tennessee is struggling.
I just want to know, did you bring him any used cake as a thank you for, to show that you backed the blue, like the Summer Wells case? Anyone in the chat who doesn't know what I'm talking about when I make a reference to used cake, ask the chat. They'll know.
With funding, they're struggling with defunding their police. They do
What's
not
this
have the
broad
proper
doing
training or the resources to continue a lot of these investigations.
Right here, what?
Sebastian's case is down
this Betty's videographer? Ma'am, I hope you're getting paid. Well, never mind. I was going to say I hope you're getting paid, but I don't know. I don't know that this is a job worthy of payment.
One detective now. One sole detective.
How many fucking detectives do you think they have in the entire sheriff's department? It's a small town. I mean, if I had to, I'm not even going to throw out a guess. I know it's a small town. And Betty, much like you, they struggle with funding. So, and unfortunately, every day they get new cases thrown on their desk. So, Betty, you have no fucking idea, as usual, what you're talking about.
They did not, and I repeat, did not extend the searches after the 8th day. I believe they may have came out to some targeted searches.
You don't know what they did because you are not privy to any of the case information. you're not privy to the case file.
But the people that have been searching for this young boy is this community, his father, volunteers. We need law enforcement to stand up and speak up. We need Seth cleared so we can bring him out.
They don't give one single fuck what you and the rest of your attendees and your the IQ challenged people that listen to you, they don't care what you need.
Resources to help him find information about what happened to his son. Right now, Sumner County is refusing to speak with Seth, the only person that has passed a.
I wonder why that could be. You know, here's a good here's something to ask yourself. I don't think, listen, I don't even follow this case like most people in this community do because of the fucking trash like her that insert themselves into these cases for all the wrong reasons. Nothing but self-serving bullshit. This child and his family and all the other ones and all the ones to come are nothing more than a vehicle for this bitch to get a payday. That's all this is about. And why in the hell would law enforcement tell Seth anything? They work for Sebastian, not for you, not for fucking Tic-Tac-Tony, and not even for the parents. They are working for Sebastian, and they're going to do whatever they need to do to protect the integrity of their investigation from scumbags like you. Did that clear it up for you?
Polygraph test publicly, and the only person.
A polygraph test is worth jack shit all. Okay? There's a reason they're not admissible in court. They are an investigation tool. I personally would never take a polygraph test. And my understanding is all three parents passed them.
That has been searching. What's happening on the other side? They're trying to silence the critics. They're trying to silence the people that are out here asking the questions.
Yeah, all four of them.
Doing the work. I went to jail because I'm sick and tired of it.
You went to jail because you are a criminally minded skank. You're a tragedy pimp who knows no fucking boundaries. You've been stalking and harassing this family. A judge told you, cool your jets, ma'am. And like the 12-year-old that you are, I'm the boss. Nobody tells Bull Skink Betty what to do. That's why you went to jail, just to be clear.
And my rights and civil liberties were violated. But at the end of the
How about everyone else's civil liberties that you violate? You think that you're the only one who has any rights. Your rights do not supersede anyone else's.
day, I'm still here. I'm still here seeking justice.
Oh, give it time, honey. Give it time. You know, here's a question to ask yourself. Do you think that if let's just play out this scenario and tell me how you tell me what the answer to this question would be. What would you think would happen if law enforcement went to Seth and said, "Hey, listen, Seth, despite the fact that you publicly called us douchebags, we are very much doing everything within our power and within the resources that we have in this small town. We are not giving up on your son. We're never going to give up on your son. But if you want to know why we are not giving you regular updates, well, you know, we are very leery of some of the criminals that you are very close to. We don't want to compromise your son's investigation. If you were to divest yourself of some of the bad actors that you are surrounding yourself with, well, you know, we would feel a lot more confident about sharing everything we know up to present with you. So ask yourself this question. If that happened, What do you think Betty would do? What do you think Betty would do if Seth came to her and said, listen, I've had a long talk with law enforcement, and I think at this time, the best thing for me to do, so I know exactly what is going on in my son's case day to day, I cannot have any association with you. What do you think she'd say? If you think for one hot second that that bitch would do the right thing and say, you know what? All I care about is Sebastian being found. Oh, then you're a fool. And Seth, listen up, because you will eventually find yourself on the wrong side of this scumbag. And I pity you when you do. And, you know, I'd be very careful about anything you tell her, because it can and will be used against you when you break up.
With Sebastian Rogers, I'm still here to clear Seth so we can get those. We can get those resources into this county, and we can feel like finally something might be done. As of today, might, and I say might, have some details that they will release to the public. Maybe, I don't know. But I have to say, I am very concerned in this community from how I have been treated in this community as an outsider. And
why do you think that is? If I had my way, when you crossed over 85, where the sign says, "Hi, welcome to Tennessee," they'd put an addendum on the sign that said, unless you're bull skank Betty, in which case, go home. We don't want you. You have worn out your welcome in the state of Tennessee, bitch.
I'm an outsider being treated like this with the platforms that I have.
You don't have shit for platforms. You need to keep it in the fucking realm of reality, babe, because in the grand scheme of social media and people who really have a big platform, you're just as irrelevant as I am. So try and get yourself into reality, Betty.
It makes me very concerned for the citizens that live in this community.
You're not a citizen of the state of Tennessee, so they don't give a fuck what your concerns are. Y'all, I need to let the dog out real quick. So I think Mr. Crimes and Fashion is on a somebody in this house has to work. So he's on a work call. I am going to play the intro for a minute, and then I will be right back.
Thought that you should know I've been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Freak the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out whenever you see me. Don't be wasting my time. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Father, you should know I've been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own.
Okay, I'm back. He was very cooperative. I even got to go myself. All right, back to this dumb bitch.
And right now, one of their citizens is missing.
No matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help you have fewer attacks and relieve your asthma symptoms.
And the father needs answers. The biological father needs answers. We've asked Sumner County several times. Is their Proudfoot family working at their county building? Are they?
So fucking what? If there is, what does that mean? It is a small town. I'm pretty sure all of these people working within law enforcement, if they've been in that town a long time, I'm sure they all, if they don't know directly everybody involved in this case, they know of them from probably prior to this case. See, this is a straw man. It's the typical look over here. Don't look at all our scuzzy, disgusting, horrible behavior and the shit that I'm doing on behalf of the father. No, let's focus on the fact that, oh my God, there might be a member of the Proudfoot family, no matter how distant that could be, working for law enforcement. Oh my God, the horror. Say it isn't so. What's your point, bitch?
In law enforcement, do they have access to the case?
She wants you to believe that there is something inherently nefarious about possibly one of the members of the Proudfoot family working within that building anywhere. I mean, Betty, do you think that the person she wants to make it sound like everybody in that building has direct access to the case file? She's full of shit.
And they will not answer those questions.
They don't have to answer jack shit
to the public.
To the public at all.
There is probable cause. There's probable cause for forensic searches. Do we even know as a public?
There's probable cause for forensic searches. How the fuck would you know that? And how do you know that that is not being done now, was not done in the past? She knows nothing. Do not listen to anything this dumb bitch says, because she has no clue what she's talking about.
The house that he was in, that he was living in, that he disappeared from, has it been forensically tested? Are they further along today?
This is meet CSI Betty.
Than they were on February 26th.
If I had to guess, and I don't even watch CSI, but if I had to guess, I would say that law enforcement, I would think at the very least, just logic alone would tell me that at some point they went in there with luminol and sprayed it wherever they thought could be an area of interest. Betty, you're such a clown.
We don't know. Why? Because Eric.
Because Alex, I'll take it's none of your fucking business for 200. Oh, it's the Daily Double. Okay, perfect.
Craddock will not release the information to the public.
Thank God.
We don't know if this boy was.
Thank God. He's trying to protect the integrity of the investigation from fucking self-appointed Inspector Gadgets and, Raggy, Scooby-Doo and the gang.
Kidnapped. if this boy was trafficked. We know nothing because they won't.
You have no right to know anything.
Reassurance or peace of mind.
Oh God, I tell you what, I would give anything to see somebody come up and just punch this bitch in her face. I would. I mean, I'm not going to lie. And if you say you don't want to see the same thing, you're lying too. I mean, I've never been in a fight in my life. I don't fight. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to see somebody who does enjoy a good fight punch her ass out.
We're not asking for details.
Yeah, you are.
Of this
yes,
case.
You are.
We're not asking for information that will jeopardize this case. We're
there
asking
you are.
one simple.
How would you know what information would or would not jeopardize the case? Because you are not privy to the case file, dumbass.
Question. Are they further along today than they were on February 26th? And I hope today,
none of your
in
business.
Press conference, they answer at least that simple question that this boy's father has been asking them for 5 months. 5 months.
Do you think you're helping your good buddy's cause? Do you even care? Alex, I'll take the daily double. That would be no for 500.
Rogers was on camera at work. I don't even know what this man's life would be. What his life would be if he wasn't at work and in bed sleeping. But he wasn't.
What the hell does that mean? I don't even know what this man's life would be if he wasn't working or in bed sleeping. Ooh, Betty, which brings to mind the obvious question. How would you know when or if he is in bed sleeping? Just wondering. Inquiring minds want to know.
He was on film. Why will this sheriff not clear him so he can bring in the cold case squad?
It's not a fucking cold case, Betty. You cannot be this dense. I mean, that was rhetorical, that statement. A cold case? What the fuck makes you think it's a cold case? Because you say so? It's been 6 months. Can you imagine when this fucking skank is just spewing this bullshit like out of Mount Vesuvius, the Mount Vesuvius of her mouth, spewing this bullshit about it's a cold case. We need the cold case involved, cold case foundation involved. Think about the families that have not had answers about their loved ones, either murder or they're missing, whatever the case may be. And these poor people have been waiting years and years for anything. And this fucking skank is out here screaming about a case that's 6 months old. Oh yeah, there you go. There's your victim's advocate. Yeah, Betty, the only way the word victim should be in the same vicinity as your name is the people that you victimize.
As a resource that helped his son's case next week, Sumner County Sheriff's Department used to provide him information. I don't want the information.
The fuck you don't. What the hell are you talking about? Then why isn't his big ass standing out there doing what you're doing? You are an entitled bitch. And for the life of me, I will never understand why.
Here to make sure
12.
The father,
You have a
the man
12-year-old mentality.
The man that
oh, the father that couldn't even be bothered to be there. Betty, there's your poor party planning skills yet again. Why isn't Seth there? Oh, he had a prior engagement. Well, you should have made your very well attended event. You know, you should have moved the date to a date that would work with his schedule.
The polygraph. I want him to have the answer because let's face it, CPS did not tell him what was going on inside his son's home where he was living.
You have no fucking idea what CPS did or did not tell him.
While I don't know what is contained in those reports, Seth Rogers does. And apparently it's very upsetting to him.
Then why is he not out there? I mean, you're his fucking mouthpiece. Why aren't you in the loop? You are so full of shit.
Why didn't CPS reach out to Seth to tell him there were problems inside his son's primary home?
I don't know, Betty. I'm just going to use logic. And I'm Alex, I'll take logic for 500, please. If they got involved and they investigated an allegation, obviously it was unfounded. Clearly. I mean, that's the only logical explanation I can come to.
That's what we need to know. That's what we're here for. This right here has to be number one so we can get to number two. Because
wow, you're always a lady, Betty. Always a lady. But I do very much like it when you say things that, yeah, I mean, yeah, shit is something that definitely comes to mind when I hear your name.
Sumner County, I can tell you, I don't trust them.
Nobody cares who you do or do not trust. What the hell does the sign say that this woman right here is carrying? What the fuck does that say? It says something about police. Oh, let me guess. Defund the police. Are you one of those? Oh, fund police. So we've got the organizer of this party shit talking law enforcement in this town. And then is maybe this lady, is this woman like, oh, you know what? Could she be, is she there in opposition to Betty? Although I don't know, those look suspiciously like the signs that Betty has. But just based on what it says, it makes me think that she's there in opposition to Betty, because all Betty has done is shit talk law enforcement. And that woman clearly has the right idea. Fund them.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. We want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, hey, ho, ho. We want to bring Sebastian home.
You wear pants when you cheerlead, Betty? I hope so.
We want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
What a fucking moron. Like, seriously, I can't even not even believe this is a grown one. Y'all, I could have thrown together this little soiree. I could have done this with 30 minutes notice.
We want to bring Sebastian
home. I had more
home.
people there.
Did you see the FBI is now offering $50,000?
No,
This place
the
is
media,
perfect,
it looks like.
but I really need a better
What
credit
Betty
score.
lived for. Wait a minute.
Thank you, FBI. Thank you.
Oh, okay. That is the media. That's the real media, Betty. You know, the media who knows how to speak and write in proper English. Yes. Telling Betty that the FBI has offered a $50,000 reward. I'm sure Betty will try and find some way to take credit for that.
We just prayed. We just prayed.
Of course, she's turning it all, into something about her. That reporter's like, oh God, these fucking weirdos out here. Thank God that's over. Oh, Betty, was that the extent of your public comments to media? Wow. Ooh, okay.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Hey, yeah.
Ho, ho. We want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, hey.
Ho, ho.
Ho,
Betty,
we want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, hey.
Ho, ho.
Ho, we want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. We want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, hey.
Leave Santa Claus out of this.
We want to bring Sebastian home. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. We want to bring Sebastian home. Yay!
Can you imagine being a grown-ass adult and letting that fucking dolt, like, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to wear these ugly-ass T-shirts, and all 4 of us are going to stand out here, and we're going to be geriatric cheerleaders. I mean, your cheer is, it leaves a lot to be desired, because all I thought about was Santa Claus.
That is the best news that we have heard in 6 months. Woo, in 6 months. That is the best news that we have heard. Guys, God bless you. This is what it's all about. It didn't take 100 people.
No, what it's all about is the thirsty adolescent in a fucking middle-aged, busted up bitch's body being very thirsty for attention. That's what it's all about for her.
I want you guys to understand it. It takes a few people to reach the point.
Finally, she says something true. A few people. Yes, Betty, a very few.
It takes a few strong people.
I wonder why all of Betty's events are so poorly attended.
This is powerful. We need to remember to use it. We've got to remember we are strong. We don't need to be strong in numbers. We need to be
No, but it certainly helps. Yes. I mean, I know you're so well spoken. All 4 of you are worth, oh God, Betty, you are no spin doctor, honey.
Be strong in our voice, in our perseverance, in our demands for justice and demands for answers. This was a good day. God bless America.
Oh, God bless.
And I pray for this community. I pray for this community. But
God bless the 2 of you out there who have, I don't know how healthy they are, but who have quite the quantity of hair. I will give you that. In this very teeny weeny tiny little group of people that you've assembled, well, there are 2 who definitely have a good quantity of hair. I can't speak to the quality, but Betty needs it, whatever it is. It's better than her melted dryer lint.
Very nervous with everything that I've seen, and we're going to leave it at that. Guys, we're going to have...
It's very nervous.
You guys want to have we've got great cheer. I want to sit and mingle with you guys during this day.
She wants to sit and mingle. Everyone, please. No running. Everybody's going to get an autograph. No, please. We got a lot of people here. We need an orderly procession. Numbers 1 through 4. Line up at the velvet ropes. And yes, for a limited time, for the next 30 minutes, for a 25-cent donation, you too can get an autographed picture with Bull Skank Betty on the Step and Repeat. Oh my God, she is so fucking ridiculous.
You know, we're all
for the last
chaos.
My
God. And stuff.
Chaos.
We brought nothing but
Oh,
love
God.
and support. I got arrested for it. I want people to understand. I was arrested for fighting for this war.
Betty, most people try and keep it on the down low that they've been arrested. Is Betty wearing like a Sonia? Are you going to make Betty a t-shirt? You should. I've been arrested for the fill in the blank number times. Betty, that way you don't have to like lose any of your valuable breath telling everyone that you've been arrested for at least the 3rd time now in just under 16 minutes.
And Sumner County helped you. Sumner County, I don't trust them.
They don't give a fuck. And Betty, you've been arrested in a lot more than Sumner County.
Better training. They need more resources, and they need better
you actually dedication.
We will not let them take our voice.
You've been arrested. Excuse me, did you get permission ahead of time to event? This is Betty's event. Oh my God. I see several people that need to meet a belt. Like, what is with, just because you get to be a certain age and you start wearing pajama jeans, It doesn't mean that you shouldn't own a belt. I mean, it can help to define, it can help with the illusion of having a waistline.
Guys, I got to tell you,
Tell us.
we just found out there's $50,000 reward being offered by FBI. So
That's more than you have probably made in a lifetime of not working.
Sumner County didn't want us to raise funds. They thought it would bring chaos. Well, now the FBI has ponied up $50,000. Like I said, we are large. We have large.
You, yeah, you are large. I'll go with that, Alex, for $165. Yeah, you're large. And there's a few others, and I mean a few that are also could be categorized as large. Yeah.
He says we need to remember to use them each and every day. We need to come out.
You need to use yours less each and every day. You have used your voice far too much. You need to save some voice for the rest of the people in the world.
For justice, and we need to persevere through the tough times and show.
Come on, tell us, Norma.
Strength. And that's what we're out here for. They tried to.
No, you're out there for attention.
Stop this. They tried to stop the video.
Who the fuck tried to stop it? If they tried to, never mind. See this right here? I was like, oh, look, they were planning ahead for Betty's. They didn't know that Betty's a failed party planner. Because, look, I thought these were maybe like, what you see at concerts and events that people actually go to. Yeah, I always think in terms of velvet ropes, but those, you guys know what I'm talking about, like the metal fencing that they bring in, and they're just in like, well, they're longer than that, but they're just different. They're just segments of metal fence panels. I looked at this and I was like, oh my goodness. And then I'm like, oh no, that's just a damn wheelchair ramp.
They had me arrested. They will not silence us. We will not go away. We're here seeking.
You will if you keep violating that restraining order. The judge will have enough of you because, listen, whore, you are not a taxpayer in that town, in that county, and you don't get a vote, more importantly. I don't know if their judges are either appointed and then retained by vote, or if they're voted in and then also retained by vote. I don't know. But either way, you don't have a say. So they do not give a good goddamn about what you have to say. And obviously, all 4 people that came out to your event, it's definitely put any fears or trepidation they might have been feeling about messing with the bullhorn. Those have definitely been laid to rest now.
Justice. And we will continue to seek justice.
Hair is seeking justice. Okay. I think I am going to represent pro bono, which, Betty, have you finally learned the difference between pro bono and pro se? I'm going to represent your hair pro bono. And it's, your hair thinks it deserves a settlement, justice for what you did to it. You murdered that hair. And I'm going to see to it that hair gets justice. So Betty's melted dryer lint, hit me up. I got you. Pro bono.
For Sebastian until he is brought home and brought home safely. Now, Sumner County, you can come and arrest me. God bless you guys.
Give it time. Oh, fuck you. God bless you guys. That's so gross. Like, why do you always have to throw the religion in there? Oh, God, she is just such a bag of shit, honestly. Okay, so, Crazy Nurse, I know you texted me and said that. I don't know what that's about. This thing with her. I don't know. I kind of think those bottom teeth are not her teeth. That's a shitty partial. And I don't know if she's been wearing, because if it looks like that, I would say whoever put that in her mouth, as aesthetically, it doesn't even look like it belongs in the same person's mouth as the top teeth. So I don't know. If it looks that bad, then it couldn't possibly fit properly, which could, to me, be contributing to that. Because I mean, I don't know. Don't know, don't care. She's she's like, honestly, this bitch is so delusional. I don't know what planet she's on. And I've never seen someone so proud. Listen, it would be one thing. She acts like she is the fucking, I'm trying to think of what. Think like Planned Parenthood's like the only thing I can come up with. You would think that she was like the director of Planned Parenthood and she was standing on the front steps to the Supreme Court and just had a victory. I mean, there are 4 fucking people out there who are not Sonia or Tic Tac Tony. And I think me giving her 4 randos is generous. I mean, what planet is she on? And what I don't get, who are the people that believe the bullshit that she spews? Like, I think I have gotten to the point where I have more problems with the people who follow her and believe her. It's like, what is wrong with you all? I'm sure a lot of them are hate watchers, but I would be embarrassed to say that I believed anything this dumb bitch has to say. And Betty, my God, hold on. I got to pop back over into the other window. And then before we pick up where we left off yesterday, Betty, girl, I didn't realize. I don't get to see you in the wild all that often. Betty's got like a 5 head going on. Forget a 4 head. She's got a 5 head. Look, her hairline is like, wow, Betty. All the years of bleach have caught up with you, girl. I mean, it looks like her hairline begins where the crown of her head should be. And look at, like, it's so thin. Maybe that's just God's revenge. I mean, I know you're a religious woman. Maybe your hairline is, maybe that hair is like God's way of telling you to. Girl, I heard that minutes before I walked in here. I'm so glad you said that. Oh my God, look how pretty you are. 2,000 subs. Listen, I'm of the opinion that most of her subs came from the Brian Laundrie days, when she was really looking like Dog the Bounty Hunter in her coochie cutter shorts, her acid wash coochie cutter shorts. I think a lot of them came from those days. Molly Golightly definitely gave her God knows how many subs. I mean, listen, I've been very lucky that several very kind, larger channels, and let's face it, everybody's got a larger channel than me. But I'm giving you the same show, whether there's 5 people in here or I happen to time things right and nobody else is live and there's 200-300 people in here. You're getting the same from me regardless. for me, this is just something fun to do. I feel like a very large part of her subs are either hate watchers or she got like a big number from somebody else when something big was going on and she got shouted out. I have had several kind channels shout me out, but I'm here to tell you that only goes so far. And I feel like I have gotten every person who is kind enough to sub to me and or show up one at a time. I feel like I've earned every one of you. I haven't done it the way Betty's done it because let's face it. Do we honestly think that if you put me and Betty next to each other, I was going to say in all things other than the obvious being equal, nothing about me or Betty are in any way equal. But I'm just talking if she had to get all of her subs one at a time, I feel like I've earned every single one. And I'm grateful for every person, even the ones who can't stand me. I'm grateful for anybody that has listened to one thing I've had to say for 1 minute. Because you have a lot of choice on here. There are plenty of people to listen to. So while I'm often baffled as to how someone like her could have more than a handful of people, but I guess I lose sight of the fact that I would like to think that people who show up for me, it's because I give you something. I feel obligated when I hit go live. I feel obligated to give you a show. I don't think Betty, I don't think she gives a shit. She thinks that you owe her. No. Nope. Everybody's got a lot of choice on here, and I don't take anybody for granted. Period. End of story. So now let me say hi to anybody who came in while I was in the other window. Hi, Hazel Eyes. How are you? Hi, Mary W. My husband typically just does an eye roll like, oh God. Listen, that's all. That is the only thing I ever want to do is make you laugh. And I will do backflips as much as I'm able to in these. I will do backflips to entertain you. See, Betty, what seems to gas Betty up is being an asshole because that's who she is. For me, I get gassed up by making you laugh. That's all I want to do. All right. Let's see if anybody else came in. The wrong Missy. How are you? Oh God, do you remember them? Think back to the Brian Laundrie days. And that's what my husband and I don't remember who came up with that term, but yeah, coochie cutters. They're too short, too tight. Picture Betty. She was in her, and listen, God knows, even despite the fact that this country is it's a mess right now. And we're not going into politics. All I was going to say is no matter what, I am this is the greatest country in the world. And I am fucking proud to be an American every single day. And for those of you that want to shit talk this country, well, why don't you get the fuck out? How about that? And I'll help pay your ticket. That being said, go back to the Brian Laundrie days. Betty's coochie cutters with her bullhorn going up and down the sidewalk, literally like Ferdinand the Bull, with her very bizarre American flag. Like, no, I'm sorry. I love this country. It is the greatest country on earth. I'm not going to wear a flag shirt. I'm just not. Back in the day, I did wear an American flag bikini. But no, I'm just no. But that's not because I don't love this country, because I do. But just picturing in my mind's eye, big old Ferdinand the Bull Betty stomping up and down the sidewalk with her bullhorn. Did she have a clipboard? No, that was JLR who had he had the clipboard. Do you think they fought over the clipboard? Like, no, bitch, it's my turn. Oh my God. Yeah. So damn you, Molly Go Lightly, for bringing fucking bull skank Betty to YouTube fame. How many subs do we think she got from Molly? I wonder. I couldn't even begin to guess. But all of that was just to say that as far as I'm concerned, Betty took the shortcut, like she's probably done her whole shitty life. I don't believe for 1 minute that Betty earned her subs one by one. I know for a fact that I have earned every single one of you. I feel like I have earned your subscription. And at least I feel like I owe you something. Do you think Betty thinks she owes anybody anything? No. She thinks that you're lucky to have her. Ooh, that's scary. Hey, Stitch and Leather, how are you? Hey, Purple Haze, how you doing? Oh, are you guys Hey, Bernadette, are you guys contemplating the asymmetry of Betty's mug? I don't know. Oh, girl. I don't think you're wrong. I don't. I mean, last I checked, teeth are supposed to have a horizontal line that separates them. I just see like one big old rectangular piece of fake enamel. Okay. Zen, they both sets of those are not her teeth. One is and one is not. I think the top teeth are her teeth for sure. That thing on the bottom, look how she is right now, just like my old Lhasa Apso that was had an underbite, and his mouth was always like this. Look. Hold on, let me go in the other window. These look like natural, real teeth. These, not so much. They do not even resemble the other teeth. Oh God, Chili's, I'm telling you, if Chili's had any idea how she possibly, I hadn't been to Chili's in years before the whole Chili song that I can never stop hearing in my head. Yeah. If they knew about that, she might find herself on the receiving end of a lawsuit. Okay. I think if I missed anybody, I am so sorry. And it was not intentional. All right. So shall we? Hey, Fit and Curvy, how are you? Shall we pick up? All right, let me get rid of this. Stop screen. And then I need to get into my email. And we will pick up where we left off yesterday. where I introduced you all to no, that's not it. To Betty's future soulmate. She just doesn't know it yet. Jeremy DeWitt. Yes. They are a match made in hell. All right, wait a minute. I think this is, oh, no, here it is. Oh, perfect. We're going to pick up right where we left off yesterday. Oh, girl, I would agree. I'm just making a wild guess here, but I think you actually have some, medical background to make that. What the hell did I do with where did my hair pony go? You know what's crazy? I hadn't even thought of that, but you are correct. That very much would stand to reason. That one thing could lead to another. All right. This is what I referred to in my title as the what did I say? The post-arrest afterglow part 2. Yes, this was, I don't know. I just feel like I am 54 years old. When I was 18, I had my one and only brush with the law. I found out in about, oh God, I will never stop doing that. There's a little ledge on the, towards the bottom of my chair, and I'm constantly resting my heels on it, and I don't go back far enough, and my foot comes off, and then it kicks the credenza in front of me. It took me like 3.5 seconds to figure out that jail is no bueno. And I never want to go there again. Betty, not so much. Betty will go to jail for the cause. There is no cause I am going to jail for. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to jail for free shoes, for a free handbag. No. Nope. Well, wait a minute. I might need to walk that back. I would for one of my loved ones. That I would. Other than that, no. No way, no how. All right. Share screen. Watch. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. I have the clip pulled up already. Stop. Present. Share. There we go. Oh, there she is. Honestly, if there was one question I could ask her, only one, I'm pretty sure that oh, fuck. Oh, my retinas are officially burned right out of my head. Now I know exactly what oh God, now I can't stop looking at it. Now I know what JP was talking about. And by the way, let me put JP's link. Oh, wait, not that one. Crazy Nurse, could you or one of the other mods please put a link to JP's channel? Although she did say that anybody who wanted this could have it. But I would rather actually, let me do it this way. No worries. I'm going to do it right now on my end. Maybe. Oh, no, wait. Here she is. Oh, here she is right here. Okay. We'll do this one. Okay, here's a link to JP's channel. She was kind enough to pay Betty $4 more than she was worth, which was $4.99. And this is the deleted live, the post afterglow live. So there's the link to JP's channel. Please, if you're not already, sub up to her. She was kind enough to share with the class. And she's very witty and funny. Okay. I'm jumping back in the other window. I will see you shortly.
Through the grapevine that there were some channels that really pulled together for support.
Well, we know Betty loves the grapevine, or she loves the grape that comes off the vine, typically in the form of a cardboard box with a spout. Betty's a box wine kind of girl.
A significant amount that would help, the legal expense fund, right? Because I shelled out.
Oh my God, fuck you, bitch. Seriously? You want your people who, I mean, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that a lot of your diehards, they probably don't have a lot of disposable income, and you want them to pay for your bad behavior because you are a 12-year-old fucking malcontent bitch hole. Okay. And as soon as they're done with that, I mean, fuck your prescription medication. Y'all don't need that. I mean, you'll be fine until the following month. Can you come over here and buy me something too?
A lot of money.
She is fucking shameless.
And
shameless.
And that's okay. I'm glad. I am fortunate that
her problems are entirely of her own making because she's very thirsty, and this is how she gets attention. Because as my husband said quite a while ago, when he first found out who this bitch was, he told me, honey, I can tell you right now, she's one of those chicks. She's invisible. Men walk by her all day and never notice she's alive. So I don't know. It kind of put in perspective for me why she has to do this crazy shit to get attention.
We were able to.
And you need to pay for
to
it.
raise funds, right?
When she has a consequence.
And I was very helpful. I was very thankful and blessed.
No, you weren't. You don't give a fuck. You do not give a damn. You expect it.
A couple.
You demand it.
That stepped up to the plate.
Just like you demand respect when you haven't earned not one bit of it.
So
you've never earned anything.
With much more generous.
Oh, look at her itching.
To say the least. Okay. So we were very blessed for that.
Betty, is that? Remember I asked you yesterday about stigmata? I know you didn't look that up. For anyone who's not familiar, I don't know if this is something that's exclusive to the Catholic religion. That's how I know about it. When I saw a few minutes prior to this the other day, she's doing this. And, we know she likes to strangle people like her mom. But that was all in the past. But she was doing this, and a lot of times she's wringing her hands. And I don't know if it's angst or if she's imagining someone's neck. Like, I'm sure Queen Bee comes before me, but I know I make the short list. But she was doing this, and she had this, like, she's doing it so much that she had a very visible mark on the palm of her hand. So I said to her, knowing the religious woman that she is, I said, Betty, are you experiencing stigmata? Stigmata is when someone presents with the physical manifestation of the crucifixion of Christ.
And but those expenses are probably going to be a little bit
sometimes crying blood.
not sure. I think I'm going to have to reach out
See?
to
Look what she's
a
doing.
different type of attorney for other legal.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you serious right now? You are shameless, bitch. Why don't you, I don't know, get a fucking job? And that would occupy what is obviously far too much time on your hands. And while you were busy with your JOB, I don't know, cutting my grass, well, that would be 8 hours of the day that you would not have to get in legal trouble, to get yourself arrested. Oh my God. And you know what? I'm to the point where I don't even feel sorry for you assholes. If you are giving this dumbass bitch money for an attorney because she is a fucking 12-year-old who has not learned how to control her mouth or her emotions, and give it time. I'm betting I did make the prediction several months back that we would have a new mugshot before the year was over. Ding, ding, ding. Crimes and Fashion was right. I'm also predicting that she will lay hands on someone in the not so distant future.
Legal matters that have resulted from this.
From your bad behavior and your immaturity and your entitlement.
People were bashing Betty so bad I couldn't keep my mouth shut up. That's what I was hearing.
Betty also doesn't know how to read to herself silently.
I was hearing, well, you know what? They cultivated that environment. You know what I'm saying? Like they cultivated, like Justin for All never had that problem. I mean, he had a few.
What is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? I mean, I know I've heard in the past that itchy palms means money in your future. Well, we know that's not true.
But for the most part, people on his channel,
babies,
were,
bed bugs,
even or, whatever.
It's either or, not even or.
He cultivated that.
He cultivated that. When I hear cultivated, I think growing marijuana.
Cultivated. I've listened to him. It was like, how he's ashamed of, basically being out there and being part of engaging in his First Amendments,
Fuck you. I don't even know what she's talking about, but if I had to make a guess, it's Walter Mercado. Also, yeah, and I did get that from PayPal Mal. But she wasn't wrong. Walter Mercado trying to walk back the fucking outrageous white trash scumbag circus that was going on. And here was the ringmaster right here, this fucking Eileen Wuornos, Dusty Rhodes love child. Yeah. If I had to make a guess, that's what she's talking about. Because yes, Justin was out there at least a day or two, but he didn't want anybody to see that his poorly matched foundation was probably running in the Georgia heat. So he kind of, except when he was filming, was that Dolly that ripped that sign out of Aileen's hand? Oh, it was a whole thing. So basically, she's going to try and shame him for, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know whether he came to his senses truly and has remorse for the part he played in that fucking shit show, or if it's just pandering to maybe new subs. I don't know, but oh, that was so gross. And she's all put out with him because, he's jumped ship, apparently.
And he's somehow embarrassed of it now.
As you all should be.
It's really funny how all these.
Betty, you are absolute white trash. I just needed to let you know that.
People loved it when they were a part of it, but now all of a sudden it's so taboo.
It's not taboo. It's disgusting. It's white trash. And it's not what civilized people do. You can exercise your First Amendment right all you want. Most people do not do it in that manner.
Right?
No, wrong.
No, the majority in Justin's chat were backing you.
Well, then they're also fucking
for me.
stupid.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
Oh, now she's like The thought bubble. I can almost see it up here. Well, let's see. I was just shit talking him, but because I'm fucking stupid and I don't know how to read the chat without reading it out loud. And then I have to try and pivot. And the thought bubble comes up because my wheels turn very slow. Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice to hear. God, Betty, you don't stand for jack shit except Betty.
Because I'm telling you, he hasn't felt like a friend in a really long time. I can tell you.
You don't have any friends.
I can tell you that.
And I would say, if I had to venture a guess, I would say this bitch has never loved one thing in her whole life.
And
look at her trying to come up with something.
But
Betty, nobody's ever going to accuse you of being quick on the uptake.
I don't know. I don't know.
Right, you don't.
It didn't sound like it was just him because he wasn't the only name I had heard. I heard that several people were trying to do stuff, and I really do appreciate.
Translation: several people. Yeah, they're doing their best to distance from you because you are an anathema to civilized behavior.
And people are very generous. I checked out PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, and I haven't gotten back to responding or starring to.
Did you check Western Union and Amscot?
Everybody yet, but I did see that. I do appreciate that.
No, she doesn't. She expected it.
Thank you guys. I know you guys support. Guys, listen. There's a lot of support. Okay.
No. I'm sure you do have some dumbasses who are dumber than you and support you.
There's a lot of support for me. There's a lot of support for Seth and Tony. These channels, this hub of channels, we have to get away from them because they're very, very, very toxic. I know you like to go over there and
you're the fucking queen of toxic, Betty.
See the drama, but you can't give them the click and the view anymore.
You are the drama. You are nothing else. What else do you have? You're not smart and you're not attractive.
Because they're creating chaos in these cases.
Remember me? You are the ringmaster of the white trash circus.
How they used to point the finger and say that we were all doing it?
You are.
Well, you guys are really seeing a front row view of the damage that they are doing and willing to do.
What fucking planet are you on? I'm just wondering. What case are you talking about? What? I'm lost.
To people to shut them up because they don't like their commentary or it's not like they've never met me personally, right?
I don't ever want to meet you personally. I do my best to stay like I don't have any trash like you in my life. Why would I want to meet you personally?
So it's either jealousy or they don't like me, right?
I wonder why people don't like you. That is entirely your fault.
One or the other. The people that don't like me won't watch me. The people that are jealous of me will sit here and watch.
Who the fuck is jealous of you, ma'am? What exactly are we jealous of? Should we go down the list? Oh, your beautiful face, your beautiful hair, your gorgeous house, your hot husband, your great car, your high-powered career. Am I missing anything? Oh, your flattering wardrobe. Yeah, we're all jealous, Betty.
Until the days go to end. Just to find something to poke at so they can feel better about themselves.
I don't need you to feel good about myself. I can only speak for myself, Betty, and the way I look at it. You're a drain on society. In society, there's givers and there's takers. You're a taker in every respect. So the way I look at it is, I'm not like you. I don't come on here and act like a criminally minded fucking 12-year-old who finds herself getting arrested on the regular and then expecting people who subscribe to me to pay the bill for that. No, I don't do that. And I also don't need to have a telethon for fucking when I need toothpaste. So the way I look at you is you need to serve some useful purpose in this world. And if I can build a channel standing on your neck, then I'm happy to do that. And it's probably the only contribution you will ever make to society. I hope I cleared that up for you.
Well, to be honest with you, reporting the hate channels just, like I told everybody, everybody's like, I've been reporting. It doesn't do any good. I don't know why people think
I agree
it
with
does.
her. I've
For
never
whatever reason,
reported
it doesn't
any
do good
channel
unless
ever
it's
for any
absolutely
reason.
egregious. YouTube will not do anything about it. So,
And you better be damn glad of that, because if they did, you would probably have to go back to your previous status, where, I mean, just where I would lump people like her. You know, they're the people when you're pulling into the mall that are walking up and down the median with a sign with a tale of woe.
they hate that you.
They want everybody else.
They hate that. This is what they hate. They hate that they've been trying so long
You're
to
an
destroy
asshole
me.
who does nothing but corrupt these cases.
And every time they try to destroy me, I just come back bigger and better.
So you're saying you're like a cockroach? Because that's kind of like how cockroaches are. You can step on them and think they're gone, and then turn around and they're heading across the garage floor.
And, I don't let this stuff
And Betty,
get to.
FYI, my experience is people like you, although thank God I've really never known anyone quite like you in my real life, but people of your ilk, you all typically tend to destroy yourself. You don't need anybody else's help.
To me, like, say they would probably, we saw people beat me up. And then when the tables turned on them and they started eating each other alive,
I would
they had to deal with what I had to deal with, they closed their channels down. So it goes to show you that even the people that are hurting me, with whatever they're doing,
nobody can hurt you as much as you hurt yourself.
I don't stop.
That
because
bubble,
to be honest with you, when somebody intimidates me,
Betty, you should really stop these spontaneous, like you can't do what I do. You are not quick on your feet, sweetie. And it as evidenced by
it just gives me energy to keep going. It really does, because I don't like people thinking that they can intimidate me or
definitely not called success.
I don't know.
No, you don't know.
Beat you into submission.
I have said that your legal strategies with all your, people you've tried to financial capitulation, but see, you're slow. So you don't even know what capitulation means. Never mind. Could you recall it from the memory bank?
And I'm just not, I just don't, I don't know. It's just my personality. I just don't do it, and the more that you push, the more I'll push back.
Opposition.
That's just how it is.
Disorder.
But see, I don't,
is that why you dropped out of high
their
school?
dirty, illegal games. I push back with.
Says the woman who's got a civil and criminal docket history as long as an aisle runner in my my wedding. One of my weddings.
Real. Yeah. And then fact.
Preach, Betty, preach.
And it's like, oh my God, she doxed me. No, I didn't. I didn't dox you. If you're out here, if I find out who you are, it's because somebody either posted about it and somebody forwarded it to me or something else.
And I have no ethics or no scruples. So, hey, it's all fair game.
Right? Unless you are connected with you somewhere.
Unless you're paying me royalties, you need to quit using my voice.
On the internet, I can't find you. Nor do I have time to go look.
Because I need a new fucking the Google needs a new server just to keep track of all of your history on the internet.
I'm always working on cases.
You do not have a job. You don't work at anything except pretend YouTube investigator, blah, 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 all the things. Yeah. Okay. Is that what you mean by work? You don't work, Betty.
Going back down to intimidation.
Wouldn't you think that, like,
early read,
if you had to do
to
this,
pick a new
to read the
purpose,
chat,
new
you just
genre,
wouldn't read
cause
it.
crime usually has
Yeah.
perpetrators that won't want you there.
I mean, it's almost like I can see little pictures next to the comment in the chat. Like, that's Betty's speed. The disconnect between the mouth and the brain. I can see it in little pictures. I guess what we now call emojis.
Yeah, exactly.
Betty thinks in emojis.
Starting to get dry. Actually, they weren't that too bad. They didn't bother me most of the weekend.
Is there any part of your body that doesn't fucking itch? Because if you're not itching,
I just
your
got
palms,
back
your lips,
and
your head, your arms.
I'm happy to be here. You know, I actually thought I was going to be gone for like the whole weekend.
Oh, we were only hoping, but we couldn't get that lucky. Not the first violation, but maybe the next. I don't know. What are we up to? Like 57 by now?
Kind of sucks. But and you can imagine that it's not the best place I'd want to be. But you guys know it's not my first rodeo.
No shit. Can we just take a quick survey in the chat? If you have ever sat in your own, oh, well, never mind. That's not her own bed. I should know because it looks much cleaner. But any bed. Have you ever sat in any bed anywhere at any time with your hand on your hips? Put a 1 in the chat. I mean, this is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. I just don't know who does this. And Betty, could you close your legs, please? I know you're not a lady. That is so far out of the realm of possibility. You're barely female. I mean, I'm starting to question if you are or not. But could you just fucking close your legs, maybe? Like, since you're already in the bed, why not just pull that sheet up? I don't know, cover your fucking spare donut tire while you're at it.
Right? I can tell you by the time I got to Sumner County, I was not the most pleasant. I mean, I was
You're fucking never the most pleasant.
respectful.
Oh, really?
I wasn't. At that point, they knew I was keeping it together. But
they knew that they had the world famous YouTuber known as Bull Skank Betty. Did they have to get the velvet ropes out so that all the employees could line up for an autograph? Oh my God, you are
don't poke the bear. I mean, really, because it was I was by the time I got back there, it was I didn't. You can't really sleep there. Like over in Montgomery, there was I gotta tell you.
Look at Betty getting arrested all over the state of Tennessee. Betty, which jail in the state of Tennessee has the best thread count on the sheets? I mean, I'm sure in your own house, your sheets are probably, like a 25, like a 25 grit sandpaper. That's probably what your sheets are.
Gracious.
So even jail's probably
there was a lady there that was like, she was screaming. And you can't hear because of all the, it's a concrete, so it has echoing and stuff like that going on. So you really, it's weird because it echoes, and you can't hear what they're saying. You just hear them screaming.
See, and I would think you'd be right at home at jail.
Right? And so the one chick, I can't remember what I had to do, or if I just asked her if I could use the phone.
Did you maybe have to bend over, spread your cheeks, and cough by any chance? Just asking for a few friends, Betty.
Oh, she came and got me. I can't remember, but either way, I was going through, and while I was talking to her,
is there any body part you have not?
She goes, yeah. She goes, today the girl thinks she's a cat.
Started.
Oh my God. So she went screaming. I guess she was meowing really loud,
I'd rather listen to a crazy bitch who thinks she's a cat than just a crazy bitch who thinks she's the boss of everything and everybody.
Oh,
just saying.
Yeah, she did dox herself.
Yeah.
I know someone came on Brittany's panel and tried to cause
Do you know how to
Well,
read
people
sign
do that.
language?
That's why I stopped, with the phones for a while until we get to a certain stage and this stuff stops.
Because you've been trolled too many times, like when the Glare called you, and oh God, if anybody does not know what I'm talking about, back in the day, the Glare called into Betty's show, and she was so dumb she did not know it was the Glare, and he was trying to. Oh, what was that show? The Dating Game. He was playing Wink Martindale, host of The Dating Game, and Betty fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Because nobody wants to, we're talking about cases, and there's nothing that upsets me more and upsets my audience more when we're having a real conversation about a case and our perspectives and, trying to dive in and
please dive in head first in the shallow end, if you would, please.
Somebody calls with some stupid stuff. It's just like,
well, you're the dumbass who falls for it every time.
If you don't like the conversation and you don't like me, then leave. You don't have to watch me. It's not like
Betty, the only thing useful you've ever done for society is turn yourself into the cottage industry that you now are.
I'm calling your name. Like, why are you here? But it's weird. I don't get it. I don't get
get anything about it.
There was a lady that came in. She didn't stay in my
oh, there you go, Betty.
Much.
That's
they
much
kept me pretty
better.
much by myself, which was fine with me,
Uh-huh.
And but there was a lady
fine
before
with
she was
you.
processed.
The people at the jail that were brought in, it was
something.
okay with
I
you.
don't know what she was on, but something. And she seemed fine, but it looked like she peed on herself while she was in there. That's all I'm gonna say.
At least it sounds like she had pants on. Can you say the same?
I don't know if that's the case. Maybe she spilled something, like spilled water and sat in it. But yeah, the way she was walking and acting, I think she peed on herself. And I'm like, wow.
Says the woman who, in one of her numerous arrests, was running down the street with no pants on. Betty has this affinity for not wearing pants, which is interesting when you take into consideration her physique. I mean, it's one thing to not want to wear pants when you're like a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. You're not even the fluffer on the set, Betty. What's your excuse? Psychotic laugh.
I'm telling everyone that Betty was my internet friend. We've never met.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure over time, I'm going to cover a case in another state, and that's
because I know that I'm going to get muzzled by the criminal justice system, and I think I'm just about wrong. Oh, that's not someone's neck like my mom. No, it's a towel. I think I'm just about wrong every wooden nickel out of this case. So I'm on to the next case that I'm going to terrorize.
That's going to be what it is.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Are you still
you
doing
have your
yes, we are.
Is your team busy scouting new tragedies for you to tragedy pimp?
For the Gathering of Voices at Sumner County, 117.
Oh,
West
it was
Smith
a
Street.
wild success. We're going back in time. This is prior to the gathering of 3.5 voices.
I think it's 9 o'clock. Depending on how many people are out there, we're going to pray.
We're
going to.
What did you pray for exactly? You should have prayed for some hair.
And we're going to talk about different aspects of the case.
I'm calling bullshit. I didn't hear one aspect of the case. I heard one delusional bitch who has no standing to complain about anything because she's not a taxpayer of that state.
I think that's really it. I don't know. I think that'll be it. But that's pretty much all we'll be doing.
Whether or not,
and then we'll be having cake and drinks. And I think,
did she just say drinks? Gonna have some drinks.
And whenever that wraps up, we'll be heading out. We have to, obviously clean up. We can't leave any trash, any debris. We have a thank you card for lawn.
From where I'm sitting, the trash has a microphone.
enforcement. We have a poster board that's going to have Sebastian's photo, and everybody can write, a nice little thing on there. And I think,
so it's a Post-it note, because the 4 people that were out there could have written a paragraph on a Post-it note.
I think Me Too is going to be giving that to Seth from that event.
That's one thing Betty has not sued for. In the Me Too movement, no, she had no cases, because nobody in their right mind has Me Too'd Betty.
I don't know. I think that really is about it. I don't know.
Thank God.
So yeah, well, it's because I know that it looks bad on the face, but in the end of all of this,
having a prolific arrest record? Yes, it does.
Going to play out as it should. It's all going to be okay.
No.
And
it's definitely going to be okay for me, because I'm not a fucking weirdo like who needs to get arrested to get attention.
Hopeful in the end of this, the bad actors will be held responsible for their bad behavior. So that is kind of where I'm at with all of this. And I don't just mean the people that have initiated this. I'm talking about the bad actors.
You mean the people that you've been stalking and harassing? Those people?
Been the YouTubers, the ones that keep following me from case to case to case, and specifically for me. They're not there for any other purpose than me. And I'm a private person. So
you're a private person? Since when? You're a private person. Okay.
Covering a public case, I'm still a private citizen. And they cannot treat me as
once you've had national media attention for being the douche canoe that you are, you no longer enjoy private citizen status. I could get away with that. You cannot, because I've spent a lifetime trying not to get arrested, unlike you.
A public person or a public case. So there's a little bit different legalities that we have to do, but
he doesn't know any of them.
Established, and we've been making sure that everywhere we go, we call law enforcement, make a paper trail, even out there.
Well,
in
are you
Tennessee.
Calling them, or are you sending them a postcard via carrier pigeon? What do you mean a paper trail? God, she's so fucking stupid.
We've got that. We've got the paper trail from my own home. We've got there's a lot.
What does that mean? You have a paper. Are you sure that's not the toilet paper on the back of your shoe? What do you mean? Paper trail. Can you expand on that?
What I've been doing over the last 2 years to really document everything that's been going on in multiple jurisdictions in multiple states.
I don't know about you guys, but I do not find myself getting arrested in any jurisdiction in any state. I don't have to have a file. I don't have to have a server. I don't need any of that to keep track of my activity.
As they come up, and people say I'm trying to be a drama queen when people, do things like
I think drama queen is far too complimentary. You are a trauma pimp is what you are. You're an ugly, unaccomplished, not very bright, thirsty bitch. So if you think that is synonymous with drama queen, well, so be it.
I call the room, or post where I'm located.
Stop doing that with your eyes. Stop looking on the ceiling. I'm assuming that your camera is not up there. You look like the hills have eyes. I haven't decided which one of the family members that have been pickled by nuclear radiation fallout, a la Chernobyl style. But when I figure it out, I'll let you know. Until such time, it'll just be a broad sweeping generalization of the hills have eyes. And I can very much see Betty running around in a set of overalls. Well, I was going to say with no pants, but overalls our pants. So let's just say I can see Betty in The Hills Have Eyes wearing overalls with no top.
And stuff like that.
God.
And they say I'm being a drop. No, I'm
Sorry,
making sure that I have a case number and making sure that I have
You have a lot of case numbers.
a paper trail of who did what where.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and just assume that you are the one who started all of it. Nobody's coming to your house and knocking on the door, except when they're trying to serve you, of course. Nobody's knocking on the door saying, "Hi, Betty, I'm here to make you a victim of something."
That's why I'm always adamant to make sure that they know exactly, and make sure I have that on their body cam footage and everything, specific names.
Certain people will then FOIA and put out as content for the enjoyment of the rest of us. Okay.
Because we know those are the
add another server
doing those things. So there's enough accumulation over the last year
Betty.
that I feel confident that I can do something with
Betty,
it.
you always feel confident. That doesn't mean that has any real world application or translation.
How long it's going to take, I don't know. But I think at this point I've been
one of the songs in the soundtrack of your life, Michael McDonald, or no, wait, it was all the Doobie Brothers, not just Michael. What a fool believes.
Making sure I keep really detailed notes and records of everything that's been going on. And so it's just getting all that.
I don't know about you all, but I don't have to keep detailed notes or records about my comings and goings.
And then putting it all together.
I go to the grocery
writing
store. I go
basically
to
an affidavit.
I go to Ulta when
everything that's transpired.
No
so we'll see. I don't have a crystal ball as far as this case. I don't want anybody worrying about this. I really, really, truly don't. This is all. It is going to go away. Period.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
There's no possibility of me receiving charges from this.
Can I just say that the only people who speak in absolutes are IQ challenged people like the one on the screen.
Was I arrested? Yes, I was. But again, I've been arrested before.
Were the temporary protective orders made permanent? Yes, they were.
Like I said, it didn't go anywhere. I have due process.
You're a fucking liar. It absolutely went somewhere. Those temporary orders were granted and made permanent for 1 year.
Right. And in that due process, that's whether they had the right to arrest me. And in this case, they did not. I don't
know. I don't know about that. I guess that will be decided not by you.
I don't believe that anybody in the right mind, anybody with a legal backbone can say that
a legal backbone. I don't have a legal backbone, but I do have a legal background. And unlike you, mine came from an accredited state school that gives you a degree, not an unaccredited finance company that gives you a loan for, I don't know, the interest rate of usury. Thanks for playing.
Detainment or arrest. So we'll see. I got to speak to the attorney. That's just my opinion. And that's coming from a person that has a decade of legal experience.
She's full of shit when she says a decade of legal experience. I guess she's speaking about being arrested a number of times in the last decade.
But, I do understand
Betty
the law,
Dershowitz.
and I understand
no, I would beg to differ.
Certain respects of it, but this is
no, I would say that you understand no respects of the law.
This is pretty clear. In my opinion.
Really
again, I think it'll be pretty clear in my attorney's opinion, but I'm not going to speak for my attorney until I have an opportunity to speak with him. So
wait, after you've had an opportunity to speak to your pretend attorney, you're then going to speak for the attorney? Okay, Betty, I'm just curious. How come your attorney has not filed a notice of appearance? I'm just curious about that, because if they are in fact advising you and representing you in the 3 current soon to be 4 cases against you. Why have they not filed a notice of appearance with the court? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking for a few friends.
Just don't worry about me. I'm a big
I'm not
girl.
at all
You know,
worried
we go
about
through
you.
this,
I
and
don't
we
give a
know
fuck what
this is
happens
what
to
they've
you.
been gunning for. They wanted to
The
smear.
only useful purpose you serve in this world is giving content to anybody who wants to clown you.
Of this. So I hope this in the end, you know, when this plays through, I hope it comes back and bites them all in the ass. And I hope it bites them really, really hard. But I'll definitely let you know if that happens.
It looks like it's already bit you everywhere from the shoulder.
We'll know really quick. We'll know really quick. All right, guys. Well, listen, my battery is
She's not just 8 miles of bad road. She's fucking 80 miles of bad road.
I thought I had some more juice on the battery, but as you see, the lights aren't lighting
Betty,
up.
that looks very dangerous. That looks like that phone or whatever the fuck that is. My guess is that thing is very hot, which is the closest thing that anybody's ever going to get to mentioning you and hot in the same sentence.
So I'm out of juice, and
oh god,
I've got to get my longer cord out. But I did want to talk to you guys for a little bit. I wanted to thank you guys for your.
Betty, is that your boyfriend? I know you plug all your boyfriends. Well, actually, I was going to say most of her boyfriends require batteries, would be my guess. But Betty's old school, so she might have to plug them in. I
wanted you guys to know, don't worry about me. But we do need to pull together, because this is going to be kind of. I mean, it's already getting costly.
God, I want you guys to get into your couch cushions, get your change out. I want you to go out to your car, get a flashlight. I want you to get underneath your seat. I want you to get between the gear shift and the driver's seat, the passenger seat, get in the trunk. Give me all your money. You don't need that prescription medication next month. Fuck that. Go to Amscott, get a payday loan, send it to me. I'll meet you in the parking lot because I'll be there anyway. Because, you know, Amscott is my bank.
I keep as much cost away from the channel as possible. What
the fuck? Who speaks like this? Keep as much cost away. Oh my God. You morons that give her money. Listen to what she just said. Quote, keep as much cost away from the channel as we can. Translation. I want you who either work or don't work for whatever reason, but get either a settlement or Social Security, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to use my money. I want to use your money. You people fucking deserve each other.
It's going to be a little costly.
What you need.
Any support that you guys can give, please consider doing so. Thank you for supporting me the way you do already. But we're going to keep fighting. We're not going to stop.
Don't stop, Betty.
We're going to keep looking for.
Don't stop believing. Who's saying that? Journey. Don't stop believing, baby. Add that to the jukebox of the soundtrack of Betty's life, right along with the Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believes, and AC/DC, Highway to Hell. What else did we come up with? Oh, I Fought the Law and the Law Won. I can't tell you who sang that one. Sorry.
Missing 15-year-old boy.
Flock of Seagulls. I ran so far away.
And so does the world, right? Mm-hmm. The world's been invested in this case too. The world has been invested in this case. So we'll see how everything goes. But
Betty, what are you doing there? Is that your medication pump? What do you like? Push it once for insert pharmaceutical of your choice here.
Just know that we're in good shape.
Okay,
I promise you, it doesn't look like it right now.
Betty's in good shape.
But I do promise you, we're in good shape. Oh, yes. And if you start seeing me worried, then we can start getting worried, you know.
I think we passed that point about a year ago.
I'm saying
now,
but for right now, let's just stay positive. Let's know that these are hate channels trying to do.
Let's stay positive, like Betty.
Do hateful things and evil things, and you know, at the end of the day, it's about the victory. And once again, I feel like
there you go. This bitch is so stupid. I wouldn't even call that a Freudian slip, because it wasn't. She didn't slip under the guise of something else. She's telling you, wake up. She's telling you who she is. She just told you, we need to keep the legal expense as far away from this channel as we can. And what did she just say? Hold on. We're going to listen to that again. Wow. I feel sorry for you people. You are like, you're dense. You are dense. Okay. 354. We'll go to like 3. Oh, no, wait. We need to go a little further. Okay. That should be good. Listen to her. Listen to what she says.
Like we always are. And that's probably the reason why they hate me so much.
No, I don't hate you, but the people who do, it's not because you're so positive. No, it's because you're a fucking asshole.
It's because we're doing good.
No,
we're
not.
Keeping it real.
No.
And I don't mind calling bullshit. And if it hurts people's feelings, well, it hurts people's feelings. That's not my problem.
I went forward.
I know everybody wants me
backwards. Hold on. You need to hear what she said. Let's just go to 34. Okay.
A missing 15-year-old boy. His father deserves answers. And so does the world, right? The world's been invested in this case too. The world has been invested in this case. So we'll see how everything goes. But just know that we're in good shape. Okay, I promise you.
You haven't been in good shape since probably the 3rd grade.
It doesn't look like it right now.
No, it doesn't.
But I do promise you, we're in good shape. And if you start seeing me,
the lady doth protest too much.
Be worried, then we can start getting worried. You know what I'm saying?
You already look like 8 miles of bad road. So how do we distinguish between your baseline busted up and worried? I'm not sure.
But for right now,
listen,
let's just stay positive. Let's know that these are hate channels trying to do hateful things and evil things. And, at the end of the day, it's about the victory.
There you go. At the end of the day, it's about the victory. I mean, let's just get real here. Does she look like she's ever had a quote unquote victory in her shitty life? No, but she does tell on herself repeatedly. And that's a very odd thing to say. Keep the legal expense as far away from this channel as possible, which translation, you pay for her bad behavior and ill-conceived bullshit. And quote, it's all about the victory. Listen to her. She is telling you everything you need to know.
And once again, I feel like we're going to be 100% successful like we always are.
And I think you are 100% full of shit. What exactly have you ever been successful at? You are fucking live streaming post arrest for contempt of court from a fucking roach motel. Did I miss the part where you were successful? Baron Brockovich.
And that's probably the reason why they hate me so much is because we're doing good.
We're jealous.
We're keeping it real.
You've never done a good thing in your life. I will say you do look 100% real, which is unfortunate.
And I don't mind calling bullshit. And if it hurts people's feelings, well, it hurts people's feelings. That's not my problem. I know everybody wants me to worry about their feelings. And while I love people, when it comes to a missing kid or a deceased person that was hurt or injured by somebody that they cared about.
By the way, Skank, a lot of people, including me, don't believe that Sebastian is deceased, but clearly you do. So, wow, what an asset you are to his father.
It's probably... I'm just going to tell it like it is. And if it hurts feelings, it hurts feelings.
It's too bad you don't know what it is. So how the fuck are you telling it like it is? Because you don't know what it is.
At least you have feelings. The cases we cover, the people, most of them
when
aren't here to have feelings.
Oh, so you're gonna stand in their steed with feelings? Okay, Betty.
You know, even when you don't like me,
Betty, I think you more resemble the criminals that you talk about than you do the victims.
you have the opportunity not to like me. The people we cover, they're not afforded that opportunity. So something we have to overlook.
Yeah, I would agree. Even though that's a really fucking dumb statement, she is right.
Others' feelings, yeah. It's not,
Translation.
It's not,
I'm white trash
like
and
I don't
know
like
anything
it.
about manners or decorum.
We would like everybody
I don't
to
care about other people's feelings because I don't have any of my own.
like us and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not here for a popularity contest. We do
like everything else in your life, you would take the L on that.
get around. We're doing just fine, but I'm not here for a popularity contest.
I'm not either. I'm just here to fucking clown you. YouTube is not my life. I have a happy, successful real life, which means that YouTube is really meaningless in my life. It's just a little hobby. Couldn't you say the same? No.
We're here to do good work on these cases.
You're here to get
and
it
seems like every time we keep it to the case and don't want to get into all the flamboyant lies, misinformation, people
nobody
not
would
knowing
ever
what's really
accuse
going
you
on.
of being
I'm not with
flamboyant
all that.
or charismatic.
Okay? I want a real legit information. I don't.
You want I want money and I want views.
Rumors, and if there are rumors and they seem a little saucy, then yeah, we may talk about
what exactly is a saucy rumor. Do you mean is that dumbass IQ challenged speak for salacious? Betty, saucy is not the same thing as, well, actually, I guess it is. I was going to say saucy and salacious are not the same thing. But someone like me who has a vocabulary, and English is definitely my first language, and nobody would question that. Yeah, I say salacious. Betty says saucy. Your Honor, I rest my case. Oh, what? Wrong end. No, what the hell? Oh, I have something in the Tibetan songbowl. Let's try that again. Your Honor, I rest my case. Judgment for the state.
Them, and we may fact find them, right? If I'm going to talk about a rumor,
yeah,
I give you at least some fact finding on it, whether I think it might be true or might not be true, and why I feel that way, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to like even the mattress and pressure cleaner thing.
You mean your mattress? Your 3-story mattress? Or are we talking about somebody else's mattress? Oh, the only reason I know she's not talking about herself is because she mentioned a pressure washer. Okay.
I never believed that. Those were ran on all these people's channel, and I'm just like,
all these people's channels.
We don't need to be making up lies. We've got enough just as is.
She's got her own narrative. Don't put your own lies in there.
You have support from even haters because what was done.
Can you read silently?
Well, I hope so. I hope
you get your coloring books out. Can you color in silence, or do you have to say, I'm going to get the green crayon right now? Fuck you, hater. Block them. God, you are such a dolt.
I hope they give them a lashing.
A lashing?
I hope they give them a lashing because they, for weeks, were saying that we were going to cause all these problems at these events.
Oh my God. Let's hope they give her a tongue lashing, but never mind. I'll leave that right there.
Who actually caused all the problems at these events?
No, it's not you.
The events were going off without a hitch.
All four people that attended, it went off without a hitch. It was seamless.
Everybody was getting along. Everybody was doing their part. Everybody was enjoying themselves.
Were you the boss?
And enjoying the reason why everybody got there and came together.
To worship at the altar of the bullhorn? Was that it?
No.
Oh, no? Okay.
So it's really, very, very concerning that people enjoyed ruining that.
Oh, please, Betty.
And enjoyed it with a smile on their face.
I don't know what she's talking about.
That's some sick shit. I don't know.
Those are my exact sentiments whenever I hear you open your mouth.
What else you call it? That's some
Give me a
sick
minute. I
shit
don't even know
right
what you're
there.
talking about, but I'll come up with something. And I don't have to read it out loud out of the chat.
Hey, Justice Jane, it's nice to see you. All I
Oh,
could
that
think
sounds
when
so
you got
sincere,
arrested,
Justice
boy,
Jane.
they fired her up now. Oh, you know that. Oh, you know that. Trust me.
Diabolical laugh.
You know that. It's like, I'll be contained until uncontainable, right? And it's going to be like
uncontainable. Interesting choice of word.
I don't know, man. I'm going to be fighting for my justice as well as
fucking
Sebastian's.
Scarred looking at whatever that thing is between her index finger and her thumb. I am scarred watching her make that gesture repeatedly.
For it's gonna. I think they just woke up a beast. I really do, because I'm listening to everything and everyone, and it's like I think they woke up a beast. I really do, because they went too.
You're a beast. I don't know about waking you up, girl. I'm pretty sure you get up before me. Woke up a beast? Well, you're a beast, all right.
And
it's not the way you
people
think.
That were on the fence are now off the fence because, I mean, come on.
No, I don't. Can you expand on that?
This much energy into one person.
You are a bag of shit who is a fucking menace, not only to real world society, but the internet society.
Not the person that it should be.
I'm still have never sat in my bed with my hands on my head.
Like, I would like this much passion for. You
need to stop. You need to put that implement down and quit making those gestures. I'm going to sue you just for that. I have PTSD.
Sebastian, and Seth. I want to clear. Seth Rogers needs to be. Seth Rogers needs to be clear because he needs to have resources for his.
Nobody gives a fuck what you think about what needs to happen with Seth Rogers. When law enforcement, who is privy to all the big picture, the case file, and all the details, they'll decide when it's time to clear him.
Peace of mind. Because
I don't exactly have peace of mind knowing that I share the state of Florida with you, but nobody gives a shit what my problem is.
As well. Seth needs to be cleared.
Justice for Betty's dryer lens.
I'm still kind of, I don't know. I'm just really in shock of how everything transpired. Like, if you read this, which I'm not going to read it because there's got some sneaky shit going on there in Center County. So I'm not even going to read a public document.
Thank you, because you don't read very well.
So
please don't.
That is so sad. Oh, and what's even more sad is that Seth Rogers can't even, I can't even say his son's full name.
Because you are the one YouTuber out of all the people talking about this case that took it too far, that felt the need. The reason, Betty, that you can't say his full name, you shouldn't be saying any of his name, but you're a dumbass like that. So by all means, carry on. But the reason you can't say his full name is because you felt the need to stalk and harass his family. Sorry about your luck.
And I'm not talking about her, the other person's
y'all, I'm over in the other window. I did pop over there. Hello to anyone coming in to the chat. Welcome. I'll try and pop back and forth a little more, but we still have 12 minutes to go, which I can realistically take 2 hours. I'll try and speed it up, but welcome. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy yourself.
I'm talking about Seth Rogers.
Mm-hmm. JP, I'm never going to stop seeing her as George Washington.
I'm talking about Seth Rogers' son. Because I could care less about the two people that is
dumbass. The proper phrase is I couldn't care less. Because when you say I could care less, well, that tells the listener that you could indeed care less, but you're just too fucking lazy to find your cares.
Causing all this chaos in my life, Seth's life, and Tony's life. And I'm not even talking about the content creators.
What did she just say? My life, Seth's life, and Betty, what are you watching in the background? I see the lighting changing. Do we think Betty is watching adult entertainment in her hotel room?
So
I wouldn't be surprised.
Got a lot of support here
Those who can't,
believe it or not,
and that is not meant to be a slight
to anyone
who is a teacher.
But I don't. I
not
have
at all. It's just
I have no idea. It makes the detective that's pushing all of this through and did this stuff and typed this
pushing all of what through. What the fuck are you talking about? You want to share with the class
stuff? It makes me question her.
Is that ma'am? Is that the best you got? You're a brilliant legal scholar, and the best you've got is stuff. Thank God we're not in your head. Do you want to expand on what stuff might be?
Human trafficking work now, and what she may or may not have put in those reports. Because if she's willing to be untruthful in some of these reports, it makes me
normal people who are not fucking posers and who just speak as a natural person. We say if she's willing to lie, because Betty is trying to hold herself out as, Alan Dershowitz. She says, if she is willing to be untruthful. Yeah, because Betty's not smart. She just wants to try and sound smart. So she comes up with these antiquated ways of speaking.
Wonder.
I'm sure you wonder all kinds of things.
Like she seems a little overzealous, if you ask me. And that concerns me with some of the big busts that she has done. So I may be going over that. I don't know. We'll see. I've got to talk to the attorney tomorrow. But
it's funny. I've never seen Betty review anything. Betty only knows how to come on her platform to her sycophants and spew bullshit. Betty could never fucking do what I'm doing. And a lot of other people do.
At the end of the day, Sebastian's rescue ride
not clever
was
enough.
Successful. Up until
very much debatable.
That knew that they were.
What is, I would agree with her, because at the end of Sebastian's rescue ride, you got arrested. So you're right, Betty. I think it was a wild success. And let's face it, there's not a fucking thing you or anybody else is going to do unless they have information about where Sebastian might be located. You can stand on every street corner with your bullhorn that you want to. That's not doing a fucking thing to affect finding Sebastian.
We're not welcome there, and caused a whole bunch of chaos after they threatened Michaela's motel, as well as I'll have to call you back.
What the hell?
Let me change this. Hold on a second.
That was interesting.
Oh, I know who that must have been. Hold on. Okay.
Was it your Tinder date?
I'll call you right back. So anyways, I'm going to let you go. My power, I gotta find a longer cord and plug it into some wall juice. But I wanted you guys to hear from me first.
Oh, that makes me want to take a shower.
I'm fine. I am pissed off. It did fire me up.
That is a perpetual state of being for you. That is your baseline. I am pissed off. It's why you can't find a man. No man. Listen, men will overlook a lot of things. they would probably overlook this and this, but they're not going to overlook that if they got to overlook all the rest. If you ever want to fucking get laid again in your life, you need to reevaluate some things.
I got my engine roaring right now. But we're going to keep positive.
Her engine might be roaring. However, it's going to break down 2 miles down the road. So while it might roar, it's not reliable.
We're going to keep it victim focused, and that's how we're going to roll. That's how we're going to roll.
Hell yeah.
Brittany, did she show her mug?
Am I the only one who finds this like this? Betty, you need to go back to 3rd grade. Like I've never seen a grown-up who cannot read without reading out loud. Stop. It's so fucking creepy and off-putting.
All Sarah showed was about refocus.
Best is when she thinks it's friendly fire, but it's
sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. Went on and on.
Bitch, what's your excuse every other, 9,000 times when you don't have your glasses, when you have to read out loud?
Yeah. Well, people can't get my name out of their mouth.
That's because you are the fucking ass clown of the neighborhood. Sorry.
That's
and you better be glad because there's no other. You are not exceptional in any other way except for being an asshole. So hey, it's all you got.
I don't know what I did to get all this attention, but clearly I guess
you acted like a fucking out of control, poorly spoken fucking Karen. I mean, have you been listening for the last 400 hours?
Some attention on here, right? Mm-hmm. From all these creators. Mm-hmm. I must be doing something, right?
No, you're not. Please do not confuse clowning you and telling you about yourself with jealousy or doing something right or useful. No, honey.
I don't hear any other creator talking about other creators except me.
Well, that's because you're the biggest fucking clown in the neighborhood. But don't worry. I would say, statistically speaking, there's going to be another jackass that's going to come along that's going to be thirstier than you that eventually we'll talk about. But Betty, enjoy your moment in the sun while you have it.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't hear them doing this for anybody else, so I must be special.
Look at her face. Like she actually believes this. Oh, Betty. I was going to say pride goeth before a fall, but you don't have any pride. Oh, that's very evident just by everything from the waist up. Betty, don't confuse pride with delusion. Oh, please stop that psychotic serial killer laugh.
Well, that's nice. Yeah, I don't know who supports me, who doesn't. To be honest with you, I don't talk to people on here.
Like I said, the only thing you know how to do is pander to your group of fucking weirdos. You could never do what I'm doing and so many other people who review you do on the daily. You bet you're not that quick on the uptake. Stay where you are.
I don't really associate with people on here. I do appreciate the support and the love, and I love meeting people at events and stuff. But it's not that I don't like contacting anybody either. It has nothing to do with me not contacting anybody.
Not contacting anybody? What the fuck does that mean? Like, I don't even understand that.
It's just that I'm poor with it. I'm poor with. Usually, people reach out to me, but I have horrible times reaching out to other people.
Ma'am, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm poor at it. I have horrible times reaching out to other people. Translation: I'm a self-centered douchebag who really gives zero fucks about any of you. I came by all my subs via a shout out from someone else during a big case. I don't care about you little people. I don't care about any of these cases. The only thing any of this represents to me is money. I'm too fucking dumb and lazy to get a job. And hey, I no longer have to march up and down in the Florida heat in front of someone's house, calling them baby killer, girlfriend killer, etc. No. Thanks to the people who've done the hard work before me, I'm just willing to make a complete jackass out of myself. And if you want to come and give me money, that's fine. But how many times have I come on here and said, oh my God, I need to answer my emails. I am so sorry. I see in my preview that I have emails I need to return. Everything about her is fucking disingenuous and contrived, but she's stupid. So she doesn't word it very eloquently. Yeah.
Because I'm so busy.
You're so busy. What the fuck are you so busy doing? Getting arrested? You don't have a job. What are you busy doing? Being a wife? No. Being a girlfriend? No. Keeping a lovely home? No. Giving lectures on crime scene investigation? No. Making friends and influencing people? No. The fuck are you so busy doing? Making your bed? No. Oh my God, save it.
Now that I've got the puppy, it's like crap,
Oh, the puppy that's been with your mom for, I don't know, how long since your last arrest?
It's hard to watch a puppy and
I'd
talk on
rather
the
it be
phone
with
and
your
send
mom,
this and send that and have a conversation. It's
Oh, I
just,
know. It's so hard to have a puppy and answer an email. I don't know where you find the time to do it.
it's a lot.
Oh,
So I've been trying to
how
adjust
dumb
my
are
schedule.
you
I think I'm doing all
people
right,
that
but
give
we'll
her
see.
money? Like, I'm embarrassed for you.
Anyways,
And
I am tired.
that's where it starts and ends. And Betty, if you are getting ready to tell us you're done, you've been done for several minutes now, and you're not done. You're not any more done than I am.
Thank you guys for your love and support. I wanted to tell you guys personally that I appreciate all of you.
Oh, I know. It must be hard work getting arrested around the United States.
But I'm okay, and we'll
You don't
continue
look
to be
okay.
okay. And I promise you, nothing is going to come of this other than
I do not have one single fuck to give what comes of it or how you're feeling.
what is. This was the grand finale as it was. Everything else, trust me.
I don't know. I have a feeling we're just getting started.
It's all whenever I win, right?
And Betty, make no mistake, like all the other grifter, lolcow scumbags who came before you, who thought that it was never going to end, you too will have your day and you will sing your swan song. And the best part is you won't even know it.
For this,
You won't know it when
nobody
it's
wants to talk about it, right? Nobody wants to talk about it. That's
I
the
promise
problem.
you, there's so much
And when this is all thrown out,
and more
nobody's
outrageous
going to want to talk about it
stupid
because
than
the grand finale just happened, right?
No,
So
I don't
they
think
didn't care about whether it was lawful or legal. They just wanted the grand finale.
Is that kind of like the denouement in literature? That he's like, the denouement? What? Who the fuck's that? Denouement.
And we have to
I love
remember
the
that these
French.
people are disgusting. That's why I'm so adamant.
Disgusting.
If you are on these
Camera on the
channels,
ceiling,
please
by the way.
consider not, because it's really bad. You can't support
Really
this
bad.
kind of
A
stuff.
bunch of stuff.
And if you
God, Betty,
support
you're
it,
so
it
well
happens to
spoken.
your creator, don't cry about it,
No, don't.
right? Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Wouldn't you agree?
Stop making that face.
Oh, grace upon grace.
That fucking hair.
Oh, those
Honestly,
dogs.
I don't
Those dogs were precious.
I do not.
I tell you, Dana, she I don't know.
Dude, I'm sure Ted Bundy was saying the same thing when he pulled up in his yellow Volkswagen. Do you know how fucking cringy you are? Look at you. Seriously. Stop trying so hard. You try so hard to appear warm-blooded like the rest of us, and it's an epic fail every time.
She fell in love with Charlie. She did.
You can't even take care of the fucking dog you have. Don't worry about Charlie and the rest of the dogs.
I thought she was taking a dog home. I really did.
I
I
hope
thought she was going to be
anybody but
taking a dog
you is
home.
taking a dog home. All those
Puppy
dogs
pups.
need
But they
good
raised a lot of money. People that didn't, want the dog. Oh, but did I tell you guys about the one dog had?
Are you taking care of Delilah? Is she on heartworm and flea control? Because in Florida, that is very important. I'm just wondering. And I know what those medications cost. And I don't see Betty being selfless enough to put another helpless living thing's needs above her own.
Grease thrown on him. He reminded me of my dog Max. He had the big block head.
You look like somebody
He was a large dog and just so sweet and lovable. And I saw pictures of him when he came to that rescue, and oh my gosh, it was awful.
You know what? I cannot even watch, like, Fox News is notorious for this. They play the ASPCA commercial a lot. I can't even hear it. Never mind look at it. I will change the channel, and ironically enough, when I hit the up button, the first channel that is up from Fox on my TV is MSNBC. And that's how badly I want to get away from the SPCA commercial with Sarah McLachlan singing, because it breaks my heart. I can't listen to it. I can't look at it. You tell me if you think this one feels the same way. I would never in a million fucking years, if I was at an event and the charity of choice, the beneficiary of all the proceeds was anything having to do with any animal that had been abused or neglected, I can promise you there's no way in hell I would look at those pictures. Listen to how she, look at her and listen to her.
And to see the work and to see how much better his face was. He didn't lose any of his vision. No, I'm not. I'm one and done.
Look at her palm. Look at that. What is that? She has, we have watched her through this whole thing doing this. And all joking aside, I don't think that's stigmata. So what is it? She doesn't really even appear to have too much nail. That's rather interesting, isn't it? Just saying.
Don't say nothing about brothers. No.
Don't say anything, Miss. I'm a journalist.
No, I'm one and done. She's gonna be my little girl. That's it.
That dog has. It seems like it has spent most of its time that was supposed to be in your custody with your mommy, and that's probably a good thing.
I'm not adding to. Me and her are good. Me and her are good. Me and her are manageable.
Me and Delilah. Yeah. Say her name, Betty.
I can't wait to get back to her, though. I really can't.
Oh, I know. You seem really sincere. Yeah. Betty, they're just words. And it's very obvious that they don't come from here. They're just words.
I miss sweet Delilah. I'm ready to be home.
I can tell. Yeah, you seem very
I'm ready to be home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony said they're most likely will take the dog. Oh, did he? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. It was crazy. She had Charlie in her hand and it fell right asleep. It's just.
What was the guy from? Was that Dr. Evil? Yeah. Put some feeling into it, Betty.
Oh, it was precious.
Oh, precious.
I know you miss her. I'm ready to be home too. Oh, yes.
Yes.
It was exhausting. But I gotta say,
talk
you know
without
what?
moving your mouth.
It broke my heart because, you know, as a
you don't have a heart to break.
because because we had kind of I don't know how to explain this, but the cops didn't agree with this.
No, because it doesn't come from here, which you don't have to contrive. It comes from here, where you very much have to contrive.
They didn't.
You're not
They didn't
that
want to
smart.
do this.
So
They didn't agree with this.
hard.
They knew what the whole situation was going on because people were coming out and explaining it to them. The owners of the
all they needed to know was, ma'am, you have a warrant for your arrest. We do not give a fuck who you are on YouTube. You are just another fucking criminal in the system. It's nothing personal, ma'am. It's just business.
establishment came out and told them everything. So these officers in this area in where was I? In Montgomery County.
I know you're so important, and you're just here, there, and everywhere. I know you can't even keep track of your own schedule.
They had a clue what was going on.
Oh,
and
really?
So I actually think that they went up to a vehicle that
I'm sorry. I think that all this shit with her hands, look at the palm of her hands. Would you look at these nails, please? These are from nail bed to tip. These are probably 3 to 4 inches long. I could not make that red, angry welt on the palm of her hands. I could not make that if I sat here this whole time digging into my palm. I mean, maybe I could. I don't know. That's just not something I have ever done or need to do. That says a lot about what goes on up here.
That was part of this BS. And I don't know. I gotta pull the reports. They said I can get the reports and all the body cameras footage.
Don't you just have your fucking arrest report?
They don't do that, but because I was involved, I can get that, even though I'm not.
Were you like a VIP arrestee?
A Tennessee resident. So I'll see about trying to get my hands on that.
As soon as I can stop digging holes in them.
But
with my
I don't know who was in that
right
vehicle.
that.
There was a few people that were saying it was this person.
Look at her. I mean, that is fucking weird. She's not bothered though. She's not at all stressed, and she's not at all bothered. Betty, stop while you still have skin on the palm of your hands. You can say you don't care all you want, but your left hand says otherwise.
Person or that person. But they didn't want to do. So there was a group there, and everybody was coming and talking. We were there for quite a while trying to work through this process, and everybody was being chill. So when I was getting ready to go, it was like there was like several people. I don't know, quite a few people that was coming up to me. A couple of them crying. I felt so bad.
Then they are more mentally ill than you seem to be, and I would recommend they get a case of Kleenex from Sam's and find a good shrink, because if you are crying because this fucking menace to society got what she's been begging for the last couple of years, then you need more to cry about.
I'm like, please don't cry. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. The process was drawn out.
Everything's going to be okay for most of us. I would hope everything's going to be okay. I don't think everything's been okay for you since, like I said, about the third grade.
Would have preferred if they were going to do that. They knew I was going to be in front of their business,
The sheriff's department is not a business, dumbass. It's a municipality. The government
Monday.
entity.
So I just didn't see why they just didn't wait for that day for it to happen. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And
as always, no.
We'll see. But
yeah, you will see. Also known as fuck around and find out.
No, it's all taken care of. We'll work through the process. But I tell you what, whenever this is all said and done, we're shouting.
What? I think Betty's, is this your lawyer who hasn't filed a notice of appearance? Is that who's going to take care of it all?
The rooftops, because these people tried to ruin something good, and I want to let them know they ruined absolutely
I don't think
nothing.
anybody was trying to ruin anything good. I think you are a menace to the state of Tennessee. You violated the order, the 3 protective orders against you before the judge had even finished, or the clerk. The judge wasn't typing shit. Before the clerk, yeah, she hit enter, and about 7 seconds later, you violated. And people are sick of you and your bullshit.
Once again,
Don't confuse
and they won't
that
stop.
with whatever.
They
the
won't
fuck
stop.
you
They
just
keep wanting to
said.
go this real life. They keep saying, "Oh, we don't do real life." Well, this seems a little real life to me, don't you think?
No, I don't think. I think, like with everything in your shitty, unaccomplished life, you're your own worst enemy. And you've spent a lifetime blaming others for your failings.
This seems real life to me. This seems pretty dirty. This seems pretty criminal.
Nobody told your fat ass to leave the state of Florida and come to Tennessee. You
If
could
you
have
ask me.
prevented all of this.
Pretty stinking criminal.
Stinking
So,
criminal.
Again, I'll talk to my attorney, and I'll just tell you guys whether I got good.
I think if you even have a pretend attorney, all we know is that some local attorney, that someone paid that local attorney $2,500 with, coincidentally, and oh goodness, how unfortunate, the name of the person who paid a whopping $2,500. Well, their name has been redacted. But I would say that even if that was on your behalf, well, you have burned through $2,500 worth of legal services. Oh, I don't know, at least a week ago.
Good news or bad news, and just leave it at that, because I really can't be discussing too much. I mean,
as she has spent 51 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, 53 seconds and 53 minutes and 28 seconds discussing all the things she really can't discuss.
I just went over my opinions, but just because I have an opinion on the law doesn't mean that my attorney's going to agree with my opinion, right? So we'll see what the attorney.
No, she is correct about that. And most attorneys, if you can stroke a check, it's just business. They don't give a shit if you are Satan himself. If you can pay for their services, they'll represent you. I would say where you're having a problem is paying for the services.
He has to say, and see
$2,500
if I have a good understanding of what I need to have a good understanding
is not
for. So
going to
but just, as always, pray. If you got a little to give,
pray. Betty, you're not supposed to pray for money.
Give. If not, then
give to yourself. Give to your family. Give to a charitable organization. Give to your friends. Give to anyone but this bag of shit, malcontent asshole who cannot govern herself like the rest of us grown, normal people can.
just watch, right? Because that's I have ad generated revenue on these things. So the more you watch, the more it generates revenue all by itself. You don't really,
yes, because she makes you sit through her insufferable fucking ads.
We have to do anything but see my beautiful face. That's
who told you were beautiful? You're not even fucking Betty. I don't sit in this chair and call myself beautiful. And at least if I did, it would be not such a stretch. You look like Eileen Warnos on a bad day. So come back down to earth, Betty.
That's it. All right, my phone's dying. So let me
Your phone's been dying for the last fucking 50 minutes.
And I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. You rock it out with your coffee beans out.
Oh, that's so fucking gross. And you don't love anything. I don't think you've ever loved anything in your whole shitty life. That's why you are the way you are. Oh, wasn't that fun? Oh my God, y'all. She's like, oh God, it's like getting Betty brainworm. Wow. Betty's got issues. Betty has deep issues. Stuff, a whole bunch of stuff. Well, oh God, it's almost 4. Y'all, I don't know what it is with this monitor, with both of my monitors. I set the time to Eastern Standard Time, and it still says that it is 7:24 a.m. I'm in Florida. I promise you, it's not 7:24 a.m. And as such, it does not show me how long I have been live. I have to look at my watch, which I know is indicating that I've been live for far too long. But typically it shows at the top of the chat, but not these days. It doesn't. I've got to get my husband. He just recovered from the last time. We had to fix a problem that wasn't broken. But we're going to get this straightened out. But until such time, I thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you. Anyone who's new, welcome. I like to try and say hello to everyone individually, but sometimes I fall down doing that, especially when I'm yelling at Betty in another window. But I do see a couple new names. It is what it is. Welcome. I think that name is new. Hey, Glenda, how are you? I'm going to say hi and bye. Oh, Morbid, how the hell are you? I miss you. I need to get fluent in Gypsy. But it is very nice to see you. And it doesn't help that we're on opposite we are on completely opposite coasts of the United States. Hello, Annie. How are you? Let me just see. I think there was a few more new names that I saw before I say hi and bye. Oh, Annie, you're a nurse too. We have several nurses. Okay, so Annie was a pediatric nurse. It's no accident that we have a former psychiatric nurse on staff here at Crimes and Fashion. Morbid, I'm going to text you when I'm going to go walk the dog and I'm going to get something to eat. But I saw, oh, don't you have a big interview coming up? Or was that last night? Anybody who's got, if y'all are interested in Gypsy Rose, Morbid has got all the deets on Gypsy, and he doesn't need me to shout him out, but I'm going to anyway. So oh, okay. It is what it is. My first channel. Yes, this is my second go round on the YouTube merry-go-round. Hi, Linda Lane. How are you? I think that's a new name. Oh, listen, I know I'm the grammar police. I get on Betty's ass, but the only reason I get on her ass is because she wants to hold herself out as a member of the media. Bullshit. If you're going to say you're a member of the media, then you better be able to speak and write like one. And if you can't, I'm calling bullshit on you. All right, kids, the dog wants to go out again. I know I need probably Bob to take me out as well. So I appreciate you all so much. And today's Tuesday. All right, tomorrow I'm gone all day. I will not be around. Thursday, I have to go to the dentist at the I think it's the end of the morning, like straddling morning, afternoon. It's just a cleaning, but can I tell you how it goes at my dentist? I have long since set aside my, it's only a cleaning thought, because yes, it is only a cleaning and everything goes great until the end where she says, hold on a minute. I want to get the camera out one more time. I want to take a few more pictures for the doctor. Oh, Christ. And of course, it's, it's like the size of this, and she puts it in your mouth, and the doctor will be in just a minute. And then he comes in. Hey, how you doing? Oh, everything looks good. Except he tells me all the time. Any issues I have are from grinding my teeth, from wear. And yes, I wear a night guard. But he always tells me, but you're doing a great job brushing and flossing. They're very clean. Your gums look great. I'm like, oh, yay, me. And then he says, oh, I want to do a little bonding there. And I think we should, whatever it is they do. And all I know is whatever it is they do is typically, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. I'm like, I start sweating just when I drive by my dentist. And I live thank God, I live about 30 to 45 minutes from my dentist. So even though tomorrow is supposed to be just a cleaning, they've already called to tell me, and this is actually a good thing, although something tells me they're going to find a way to exceed it. But they said, oh, good news. You still have $1,500 left on your yearly benefit. I'm like, oh, yay, me. But something tells me that, well, they've already assured me that they will find $1,500 worth of something to do. Like, okay. So that's tomorrow, and then Thursday. I feel like I have something Thursday. If not, I will see you Thursday. If not, it will be Friday. So thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. And if you were new, thank you for coming and checking me out. And thank you to the mods. I appreciate you all. And I will see you Thursday or Friday. All right, pussycats. Have a good one.